gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, The Pleiadian Priestess. So today's reading is going to be juicy, okay? I'm trying to, what can I say, experiment with the channel right now to see what kind of readings you guys want to see. I know like my more popular readings are about like looks and personality and stuff, and I can only do that so many times. So I'm trying to diversify that topic into as many different topics as I can. So I'm like, my romance readings don't do that well on this channel, even though I made this channel specifically for my love readings. Because I have another channel and that one wasn't doing well with romance. So I guess romance really isn't my topic, but it's my favorite thing to do because it's so cute. So I'm just ranting now. But anyway, today's reading is going to be about what did they think the first time they met you. Okay, what was their first impression of you, essentially, you know? So personality, looks, whatever comes through is going to come through, honestly, in this reading. So just another spin on that whole personality looks thing, but it's like a different encounter, a different experience. You know, there's in general how they view you, and then there's what they were thinking of you the first time that they saw you or met you. Okay, so we're going to get into that. Now I hope the quality is better. I don't know, because some people complain about when I use the microphone, which is supposed to make the quality better, they complain. So I took off the AC and I'm just using the regular speaker on the phone to see if it does better. I don't know, but during the reading I may have to change it out because it may get hot. I'm not sure. It's still summer, and summer means heat, and I don't do well with heat. I don't like it, especially when I'm doing a reading. I want to be comfortable as possible, but I don't like the complaining about the noise quality. And I know everyone doesn't do it, but I feel like on every other reading there's someone saying it's muffled, and you try to put the mic in the same place each time, but it just never works the way I want it to. But anyway, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So today I'm just like, let me just do it like this. But I'm already feeling a little bit hot, so I might just like change it and get my mic. But anyway, group 1, we have home, the beaver, and the birch. Group 2, we have the butterfly and the snowdrop, hope. And then for group 3, we have the bee and the pomegranate, productivity. Okay, so you're going to choose the image, the picture, the energy, the number 1 through 3 that is calling out to you. Now I know recently, I never really got this before, but recently people have been asking for me to choose their reading for them, which I love. It's really cute. But if I don't get to you in time, and you know, you're going to be waiting for who knows how long. There are number generators on Google, I'm pretty sure, that I could choose a pal for you. But if you're fine with me getting back to you whenever I can to choose your group, then I will continue doing that. I have no problem with that at all. But yeah, you're going to choose 1 through 3, the energy, the picture, and then as always, I will see you at your reading. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 1s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the beaver and the birch, then you are in the right place. Welcome. Today we're going to be getting into what did your person think of you the first time you met them. Looks, personality, whatever come through is going to come through. But I feel like that's the only thing that could come through. What do they think of you? I mean, also emotions and feelings can come through as well. So if you're here, like I said, I'm leaving it open for all of that. Looks, personality, how they feel, their emotions, that kind of thing, their mind space, what they were thinking, that kind of vibe. Just basically what was their first impression of you, okay? So we're going to get into it immediately. Of course, with the beaver and the birch, we have home. So their first impression of you was home, was safety. They felt secure, okay? There was no nerves or jitters. It's kind of like you came into it and there was it was like a missing puzzle piece thing, and you guys found each other essentially, and everything just clicked into place is what I basically wanted to say. So you found your missing puzzle piece, they found their missing puzzle piece, you guys clicked immediately. It felt like you guys knew each other before, kind of like that kindred spirit, soulmate kind of energy. So immediately right off the bat, this person's like home. Like, I've met them before, I've known them before, they're my soulmate. That's the vibe that's coming through for you guys immediately when this person met you. And I just realized at the top of the card we have XXX, and that is for my grown folks out there. You know what that means, okay? So there could have been some explicit thoughts going into their mind. They could have been thinking about taking you home. I wonder if I take you home. That song is coming through. I don't know the name of the song, but that little part is coming through. They want to take you home the first time they met you. Okay, so that's faring well for how they thought of you personality wise and physically. They're like, yeah, I want to get up in there, you know? So, and then we also have at the back of that card, we have the dragonfly and the pansy, which is balance, which is also that whole same other side of the coin, the same half of the same whole, you know, two halves of the same whole. That kind of concept is coming through for sure. Balance is kind of like you balance each other out really well, which would make sense with the whole soulmate, you feel like home to them kind of situation. So this is the first time they're meeting you guys, and they're just like, yeah, that's my person. There they are. Now I'm hearing that song by Zayn. It's only you know me the way you know me. Only you forgive me when I'm sorry. Even when I mess it up, there you are. So there's something here about maybe there was some mess ups, there was some hiccups, you know, something. And it's kind of like, there you are, like, yeah, that's them. Like, you've been searching your whole life, or who knows, I mean, your whole life, essentially. However old you were, you've been searching, they've been searching their whole life for someone like you. And it's kind of like their souls, like, that's them. There they go. There they are, you know? So the dragonfly and the pansy. And then the beaver and the birch. So if we're going to go on looks, some of you are like, you know, as skinny as this dragonfly, like very thin, okay? And then some of you could be a little bit more thick, because look at how we have a big old back. Let me stop. Anyway, we have the beaver who's very chonk, okay? He's very chonky. So you could be someone who's very chonky, and then on the other hand, some of you are going to be someone who's very skinny. Now, also, I'm getting the polarity here with the one of you was very chunky and then the guy is very skinny, and it's just like they like the chunk if the guy is the skinny one. If the girl is the skinny one and you're the guy, they like the chunk. So however, it's gonna fit for both of you, you know, whoever was the chunky one, whoever was the skinny one, it doesn't matter. They're just like, yeah, I like that, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter the shape or the size here. Maybe you were eating and this person liked that you ate well, if that makes sense, because there are some people who like want to, when they go out the first time meeting someone, it could have been a first date, or when they met you in general, they like that you actually eat. Now I'm getting the thing about maybe some of you eat but you don't finish your chicken properly. So that's the the most weird things are coming through right now. Like, I just feel like it's like this person was like very in tune to you, like they were very like just focused on you, because I'm noticing that someone didn't finish their chicken wings all the way. So you know, when you're eating a chicken wing and you like, some people eat it down to the bone, some people leave a little bit of skin, all that kind of stuff, some people eat the gristle, some people eat the gristle on it, and they eat the cartilage and all of that and just leave, and to be chewing on the bone too, child. Them the people you gotta watch out for. Let me stop. There's like different ways people eat the things. There's something that you were eating, you didn't finish all the way. It's something that's coming through, you know, or you ate very daintily. That could be coming through as well. So you either didn't finish the chicken wing, ate very daintily, or you ate good, you know. Either way, they were focused on how you were eating. I feel like it's something that's coming through, because we see the trees are bitten, but they didn't finish the biting in each of these trees, and now he's on another tree. It's like finish what you started kind of thing. So maybe you didn't. It's what's coming through. But then you chunk, so it's like, you know, you eat. Anyway, let me stop being a fool. There could be something here about browns. Okay, maybe your skin is brown, because we have the beaver here and his skin is brown. Okay, here we have, there's something about blues, and when I'm seeing blue, I think of blue veins. How you can see the veins through some people's skin who's very like, you know, white, light-skinned or translucent. You can see the color of their veins. You can kind of see the color of my veins here, and that's I'm not the lightest person around, so you could be someone that's kind of translucent, where you could see your veins through your skin kind of things. What could be coming through for this pile right here, okay? Or one of you was wearing brown, one of you was wearing blue. That's coming through a white, okay? I'm also hearing virginal, so maybe somebody thought you were like virginal. You were like, you know, shrubbery, like the way you see the angel babies and they're very shrubbery, you know, the rosy chunky cheeks, and you just want to squeeze them, and they're just so adorable, and they're very innocent, pure, and virginal is the vibe that's coming through. So maybe one of you is very experienced and one of you is not so experienced, and they like that polarity, whether it's, like I said, the polarity between someone's bigger than the other and someone is more slim, or someone is lighter than the other and someone is more dark, or someone is more innocent and someone is more hardened or experienced kind of vibe. Age could be coming through as well. Someone was more young and someone was older. That kind of polarity is coming through. So something was distinctly visually different about you guys the first time they met you, and they liked that difference, okay? Whether it was, like I said, the weight, the skin color, the age, whatever it is, okay? But I am getting shrubbery, I am getting chunky, okay, a little chunk-a-bunk. And I am getting like the white and the blue and those like very powdery, innocent kind of colors when I think of them anyway, especially on the card, okay? Like I said, the XXX, that's coming through. And like I said, those that know, okay? If you know, you know. I'm not saying it, but they were definitely thinking of doing naughty things to your body, okay? So they liked what they saw. Essentially is what's coming through. Now I'm going to keep going and see what else comes through for you guys. Their first impression, what do they think of you? The other half is like completion. They felt content. They felt very content here. Like maybe light on their feet with the whole white and powder blue. Those two together always give me, I don't know, Febreze, you know? And the way in some Febreze, when you get the fresh air one, it shows the billowing of curtains, you know, it's white curtains billowing out or in front of a window, you know? And it's like pure, sweet, like, you know, something like that is coming through like that, you know? So it was like they were flying, or it was like very fresh. You guys could have been outside and the wind was blowing and like your smell was blowing towards them and you smell really good. That kind of thing is coming through as well. But they felt like kind of like light as a feather is kind of the vibe that's coming through. Like things weren't like I said, nerve-wracking as it would be on a first date or meeting someone for the first time. That wasn't anything that was coming through. It was very relaxed, very chill, and I am shuffling the wrong way. What was their person's first impression of my group ones, please? What did they think the first time they met them? What were they thinking the first time they met my group ones? Okay, can you come out? We have communication, so you guys were having good conversation, okay? That's one thing that was prominent to them. And then here we have the fire fairy. We have creative action, optimism. So this person was optimistic about where the connection was headed, whether it ended up being friendship or it's more, you know, lovey-dovey kind of thing. This person thinks you were very expressive. They think you were very excitable, something that I'm getting. And we have these two are kind of giving the same color scheme. So it's giving, like I said, more browns, more burnt oranges. I'm hearing sienna is something that's coming through. So there's something about that. And look at how she's kind of holding her arms. So it's kind of like they feel that there was a fierceness to you, but you were also maybe kind of more shy or reserved. Maybe some of you have long, dark, curly hair. That's immediately coming through as well. I'm also hearing braids. So the first time you met them, you were wearing long braids. Box braids for my black girls, okay? Or whoever wears braids. Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit like reserved, but they feel the fire within you, you know? It's kind of like when a girl wants to come off demure. Tell me why that word is trending now. Like, it's like demure, cutesy. What's the other word? It just don't make no kind of sense. I don't even know where it came from, but now I'm hearing it all over TikTok and Instagram. I'm like, please, please stop it. And I'm trying to find the person who created it or where it came from, but I just can't. Or I haven't like tried to look for it, but it's like, it's giving demure. So it's kind of like shy, a little bit reserved, but with the whole creative action, optimism, they were feeling optimistic about how things were going. So maybe you were more shy and they were outgoing. And that's another polarity coming through where they were more, you know, fierce and, you know, to the point and more, they were doing all the work. They were, not doing all the work, but you know, like if you're with someone who's shy, you kind of have to, this person was putting the moves on you essentially. They felt like they had to make up for your shyness or your demureness, okay? That's what is kind of coming through. The way she's holding her shoulders, kind of like the quintessential shy girl. She's walking and she's holding onto her arm because she's nervous, that kind of thing. So this person could have been picking up on your nervousness and they may have thought it was cute, it was endearing to them. Yeah, there is something here about someone smelling very clean. And like I said, even if you were shy, this is the fire fairy. She's not supposed to be like scared. It's giving this is the Queen of Wands in this deck. And the Queen of Wands isn't scared of anything, but for whatever reason, you could have been someone who they felt comfortable with you, but you were still kind of feeling them out and was reserved, even though, like I said, they felt like they know there's fire beneath there, you know, beneath you. There's more to them what you're showing them right now. They were excited about getting to know it, you know, or getting to know more. Or maybe you started off shy and the more the day went on, the more the date went on, the more they hung out with you, the more they saw you, the more they kind of saw you open up. That's coming through as well. I don't know why, like these, The flowers are cute. They just be getting in the way sometimes, y'all. Okay, so we have 41 here and we have 30. So that could have been the ages when you first met this person. One of you could have been 30, one of you could have been 41, or in your 40s or your 30s, okay? Only take it if it resonates. That is confirmation only. It doesn't have to be for truth, okay? So we're going to put these cards up here. How about that? I don't care, move. And I don't care, move. Okay, now what are we pulling from next? Might as well get to the tarot. What were they thinking the first time they met? What did they think of my group ones the first time they met them? You could have been showing some skin, okay? And that's why I'm also getting there could have been a chill in the air. And that's why you could be holding your arm, because your arms were cold and you were rubbing the cold away. They also could have thought you just looked hot, because that's what fire is, right? Fire is hot. So that could have been something coming through as well. They just thought you were hot. We did get that vibe with the XXX coming through, okay? But I'm just focusing so much on her. So their attention was like very much fixated on you, honestly. Because we have communication over here. I'm like, yeah, we went through that already, whatever. But I keep looking at her. So this person was like very intent. Their eyes were just focused on you. It's like giving intense. Because like I said, they wanted to take you home. So they're just like, you know, what I got to do to convince her to come back, you know? Or to come over. Convince him to come over. Fierce attraction. Look, we have the Lovers coming out, guys. Stop it. We have will you or won't you. The choice is yours. They could have given you an ultimatum. And they could have literally said, do you want to come back over to my house? And I just keep hearing that song, I wonder if I take you home. We have the Nine of Swords. We all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. This person could have been worried that maybe they could have been worried about the age difference, is what I'm hearing, the racial difference, the cultural difference, or the personality difference. They could have thought, oh, this person's too demure. Let me stop acting a fool. This person could have thought you were too shy, too reserved for them. But like I said, they felt you opening up more as the day went on. So the fact that these are coming out immediately, the Lover is confirming home and balance, the perfect match kind of vibe, you know, or feeling that sense of coming home. Okay, and then after that, it was like very much a lot of thoughts going through their minds. So that's what the Nine of Swords could mean, because sometimes it means anxiety, but I'm not really getting much from the first cards that came out. Communication was good. They were very focused and intent upon you and your looks, and you know, making sure you were okay. Trying to stoke your fire a little bit, you know, maybe teasing you, touching you, caressing you kind of vibe, trying to get you just as excited as they were, trying to bring you out of your shell a little bit, okay? But with the Lovers, like, it's the immediate attraction, immediate home, immediate, that's my person. And it's like, will you or won't you? They could have been wondering if you liked them back, because they felt very intensely immediately for you, and they wanted to know how you felt for them, which is a will you, want you. If I asked them to come over, if I asked them for another date, will they be up for it, you know? We all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. So like a lot of thoughts. If it's not worries, a lot of thoughts were going through their mind, okay? Or they stayed up after they finished meeting you, they kept thinking about you after the fact. And it's just like, now this person's playing my mind, essentially. Here we have the King of Swords. We can all learn important things from one another. This person learned something important from you. I don't know what it was. I'm hearing epiphanies. Maybe they had an epiphany on your date and they're just like, wow, now I know something. Now I know soulmates are real. Now I know this is my person, that kind of thing. They had a clear of mind. No. They had a clarity of mind. No. I said what I said. Epiphany, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. They had a... I'll leave it at that. They were sure about you, you know? Communication could have been like very talkative. This is what they thought of you. I don't know why I'm getting like in their head. What did they think of you? Because I keep saying, what did they think the first time you met them? That's no, or what did they think of you? They thought you were worried. Yeah, the way her arm was like holding, they thought you were maybe a little, like I said, demure, shy. I'm never gonna be able to say that word ever again, child, without thinking about y'all. Social media, you just ruining stuff, child. Oh, so annoying. Maybe that could have been a thing. Social media could have been ruining something between you guys, because the swords here do represent online communication. So a lot of maybe fiery topics, you know, switching from topic to topic, and everything was still comfortable, you know. Just like I said, good conversation. It was very comfortable for you guys, you know, and that word keeps coming through. You guys were talking about intelligent things. Maybe this person was a little bit worried that they wouldn't have much in common with you, because if there was an age disparity, that can come through, like, oh, this person would either be more immature, or this person, I'm more mature than them and I've had more experiences. What can I talk about with them? What can I relate over? So there was worries. Okay, that could make sense. 'Cause I'm like, there is something here about a difference in age, race, experience. And it's kind of like they're worried about how will that, you know, translate to a connection? How will that translate to getting to know someone even more? So, but I did say something about online. You guys could have met online, and one of you were significantly younger, older, take it however it resonates, and they were worried before the date or before they met you, kind of vibe, for the first time. What would you guys talk about? What would you have in common? They were like, I hope the date goes well. I like this person. The conversations we've had before are, you know, have been good so far, but what's going to happen when we're actually in person? You know, some people can be faking, and I do feel like people's text personality is very different than their actual personality when you see them in person. Some people are bad texters. Some people are great texters. Some people could be looking up information. They have time to respond, but, like, you know, talking to someone on the spot you get much more of a feel for who this person is, you know? So this person was thinking a lot about that. So online could have been a thing. Dating apps, social media, DMs, that kind of vibe. Because we have 3 a.m. So it's either after the date or before the date. They're just like, oh, I wonder if this person's going to like me, because it depends. You had a date that evening, and then 3 a.m. they're still thinking about you. So you were playing their thoughts after the fact. I think it applies for both situations, whether you met them at night or in the morning time. The next day at 3 a.m. they were thinking about you. Now, this could also be before your date, because you did a morning date, and it's about to be 3 o'clock. They're about to meet you for coffee or something, and they're, like, you know, nervous, that kind of thing. But they did think you were very well spoken, very intelligent. You know what I mean? You knew a lot about a lot. And they learned something important from you, because this says we can all learn important things from one another. So they could have learned something important in general. Like I said, they had like a epiphany, like, okay, this might just work. There was nothing for me to be worried about in the first place. So what do they think of my group ones the first time they met them? We have the Emperor. Interesting. I don't know whether to take this upright or in reverse, but let me read what it says first. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. So maybe this person thought you weren't in control of your life. That could have been something you talked about. You were very intelligent, very smart, but there was something here about, like, not being confident enough, or not having found who you were. It's something about that coming through. How many cards is this? This is too many. Like, there's still something unsure about you. You had the energy, like I said, of creative action, optimism. They knew you had it in you. You know, they knew you were going places, that kind of vibe, depending on the conversation you had. But it's like you were still a little bit indecisive, which is why they had to make most of the moves, is the vibe that I'm getting from this. Now, can I get one more card, please? For what did they think the first time they met my group ones? What was their person thinking? We have the 3 of Wands. They were imagining all the possibilities, like what could come to be. They were very excited. We have put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or another. They were happy they put themselves out there and they met you. They also thought you were optimistic, because this is the kind of vibe, like I said, this person is like going to a casting call, and this person's optimistic that they're going to get the casting call. So this is either them before going into the casting call and they're excited and optimistic, or coming out after thinking, hey, that went well, I think I'm going to get the part. Whether they get it or not, there was like a electricity or optimism and excitement, I should say, in the air, is what I'm getting. So you either came through as excited, or this person is coming through as they were excited. So what did they think of you? You guys mesh really well together. They thought you were a little bit in your head. That could be a thing. But you were intelligent, and you could have been like just overthinking things maybe. But what you did say, what did come out, was very intelligent, well-spoken, put together, you know, articulate is coming through as well. We have the Emperor in reverse. There is something here about you being like a little bit nervous, or them, like you having that, it's like, okay, how can I say it? You being a little submissive is kind of what I'm getting. Like, whether you are that way naturally, when you were with them the first time, you were coming off as a little bit more submissive. But this person, like I said, felt that fire in you. They knew you weren't fully, but you were just coming out that way for them. It's kind of the vibe that that's showing up. So this person was the Emperor, and you allowed them to be the Emperor and lead and take charge, essentially, is what I'm getting from this. And then the 3 of Wands, this person saw you as someone who's very optimistic about what was to come, or they were optimistic about what was to come. I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. They were excited. They put themselves out there, and they were excited. You kind of opened up to them a little bit more. Because right after the Three of Wands, we have is Four of Wands. You know, the Four of Wands comes after, which is stability. So you guys were on your way to getting some, you know, stability. You guys could have been talking about the first time you met them. You could have come through a bit as a bookworm, but the King of Swords is the teacher. So you could have been a teacher. You were telling them that you were a teacher the first time you met them. You could have been meeting in the park. There's something here about sunset, magic in the air, the way it, like we have sparkles glowing behind them. Like I said, it's kind of like you meet your person, it's just like everything clicks. Like everything you went through or experienced in life before, now it makes sense because it was all leading you to this person. Like I feel like that's the kind of person you turn them into, or like I said, made them realize that yes, soulmates are real. That kind of stuff is out there. Because how they felt for the first time meeting you was crazy. You know, it's like this person's home. Like, how are they thinking home already in balance? Like, what? You know, this person could have thought you were out of balance, or they felt out of balance when they met you, because the balance card did want to come out in reverse, but I kind of switched it up. I love how communication came out and we have like a lot of swords coming through. So like you guys were talking, you guys were having, like I said, that good conversation. You get lost and hours pass and you never want to leave, and the topics keep flowing and there's no stunted or awkward silence. That's what's coming through. So they love talking to you. It was like a very good conversation. You could have come through as a creative. You told this person you were a singer, you were an actor, you were a dancer or something, because the fire fairy is someone who is more passionate about life. So they go and they grab life by the horns and they do things that not a lot of people would do. So maybe you were like selling yourself short is what was coming through. You know, this person's like, bro, I just keep hearing demure. It's pissing me off. Excuse me. No, this is not what we're going to do right now. Like you were telling this person, oh, I sing and I dance, and they're just like, really? Like I wouldn't get that from you because you're someone who's like more reserved. It's like, I am just meeting you. So they like kind of they were trying to hold like judgment, you know? Okay, what other cards am I gonna pull from? These over here. What do they think the first time they met? My group ones, please, Spirit. What were they thinking, or what they think of them? There could have been like a bunch, there could have been some consoling going on, because we do have this lady here touching the other lady's arm. So they liked your touch. Or like I said, with the whole XXX, they just wanted to touch you. So that could have been them reaching out to touch you. The first card we have is scarcity. Scarcity. I've never gotten her before. That's crazy. We have 21. Maybe some of you could have been 21. We have Su Kuyon. Scarcity. I'm actually looking the book for her because I've never heard her before. What do they think of you? We have very flamboyant, because we have the fire fairy. Then we have, look at what she's wearing. She looks fire. Like extravagant. This was like a first date. Like you guys were going out at night and going to a restaurant. You guys looked really good. Like a lot of orange. Like I said, the oranges, the hues of brown, all of that. You could have looked exactly like that. I'm seeing a bold red lip is what she's wearing. Like very out there. Look, we have the cosmic power. I was gonna mention that we have the sun, then we have that kind of like the moon, and then we have it actually coming through. We have Mama Lisa, cosmic power. That's balance. One is the sun, one is the moon. And look at how we have a difference in skin color here. He's lighter and she's darker. That could have been the dynamic. We have 2, which is alignment. And then we have radical rebirth. Yes, like I said, this person walked away feeling like they believed in soulmates. They believed in love at first sight. They believed in all of those things after meeting you. I heard one more card. Oh, and it flipped right out. Thank you. We have desire. Exactly, Rio. Thank you for confirming, because I know I wasn't bugging with that. Yeah. It's giving like you were just like very fiery. You were very confident. Whether you felt that way or not, that is how you were coming onto this person. With this 5 card here, or the 5 on the card is giving Hierophant energy. So it's like giving like commitment, marriage materials was coming through as well. This person felt very connected to you. Yeah. But Ma and Lisa rule the heavens together. It's their husband and wife as well, which is funny that I said Hierophant energy, and they're married. And look at how we have these two here. It's giving like very protective of you. This person could have felt very protective over you. Like I said, this person took on majority of the masculine energy that was going on in this encounter. So you had time to be the feminine. Whether you were someone who considers yourself to be more dominant, usually you were coming through as the more feminine person in this encounter. But they felt that fire in you, but they were taking on the more masculine energies either way. So I'm going to get some cards from this deck over here really quickly, and then I want to get into I want to read more about Su Kuyan, if that's how you say her name. And then we have 8 coming through here. And what is 8? 7 is Chariot and 8 is Strength. So their desire, oh my freaking gosh. So their desire for you was very strong, which would make sense. Like I said, they want to take you home. There's something here about showing legs. Look at how her leg is showing here and then her leg is showing there. You could have been showing leg, or they just like the way your legs look in whatever you were wearing, whether it was jeans, leggings, a dress, a skirt. They like the way your legs was looking. But some of you were like definitely wearing dress. You went all out. You came dressed to the nines, dressed to impress. Makeup is laid. You know, you slayed it. Dark lipstick. We have red here. We have purple or black coming through here. They felt like they were shot with Cupid's arrow, literally. Like the infatuation, the giddiness, the love, the lust, whatever they felt for you. It's like, wow, I've never felt this before. Okay, let me get some cards from here. What do they think of my group one the first time they met them, please? It's kind of like you were giving like a, yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to explain. You were giving the sun and the moon perfectly in balance. Balance came through in this card here. It's like they felt that creative fire, that optimism in you, that fire. But then there was also a mystique, a mysteriousness. They couldn't really read you that well, that kind of vibe. They knew you were in your head. They just wanted to like dig out all the thoughts and ask what you were thinking. But there was like things that were taken that you weren't showing them, you know? They could see the cogs whirring in your mind, but they didn't feel like it was their place. That things were, you know, established enough for them to ask you what was going on. So that's the perfect energy that I was getting. I'm like, there's something here about you being the sun and the moon. And I just got mad freaking scared because we have a lady standing behind her. Su Kuyan is giving 2 people. The young is it okay? I have to read about her for real, because this is the older version of her and the younger version of her. I don't know. I've never gotten her. But I'm very much intrigued. And that could have been things. You don't know much. They didn't know much about you, but they were intrigued. There was a youthfulness to you. Then there was also a wisdom and a wiseness to you. They're like, what? Who is this that I'm seeing, meeting for the first time? You know? You could have had insight. And I did say they walked away learning something from you. With the we all learn important things from one another. Wow, my mind is blown. Yeah, there's something here where you coming through like demure, shy, innocent, younger than them, and they were nervous. You wouldn't have anything to talk about. You know what I mean? Or they were younger than you and they were nervous. They wouldn't have anything in common with you. That's what's coming through with an age. Okay, age disparity, age gap, multicultural, that kind of thing, or all of the above. You know, one of you could have been you know, louder than the other person. Like there could have been just something that was like gonna cause a blockage, you know, because in our society people can't be different and date each other because it's a problem. We're all supposed to stick within our own kind, which is just like no. Like I understand that, but no. Anyway, they were nervous. You guys weren't gonna have enough in common. You weren't gonna have anything to talk about, that kind of thing. But then you came to them, and whether you were the younger one or the older one, they saw both a youthfulness to you and then an old wide sageness to you. They walked away learning something new and feeling like, wow, this person is like so balanced. Like how could someone be the perfect amount of sun and moon, the perfect amount of young and old, the perfect amount of, you know, beautiful yet reserved, bold and shy, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so we have here seafoam green. What the hell? Excuse me. Seafoam green, revitalization, luck, health, and nature. They thought you were like a zing of energy, you know? And that could have been what they felt when they met you. It may not have been a feeling of home. It could have been, because that's how they felt like it was. But it could have just been your energy, like very potent. and they felt like they were zapped by electricity and revitalized, brought back to life, you know? They found that excitement again, you know, because, you know, sometimes you be dating people and it's boring, you don't feel a spark. That's what it was, a spark with you. They felt a spark, revitalization, desire, all of that. Excuse me. Yeah, it was a spark. So they did feel like at home. They felt a spark, a romantic spark, a sexual spark, okay? And it's like they felt like they were lucky to have met you. Okay, you did also come through like a good luck charm for them. Maybe good things started happening after they met you or during the time of meeting you. Already they were feeling some changes going on within them, because that, the luck, the health, the nature, you looked healthy. But you were also, like I said, very grounded with the whole health coming through. It's giving nature, it's giving pentacle energy, and the card is green. Here we have ebony. So what did I say? We call black queens ebony, right? Yeah. Black kings as well. We're called ebony because our skin is like supposed to be black or whatever, you know? So there was something about that coming through. We have luxury, mystery, maturity, and pessimism. See, you were optimistic. I love how we have optimism coming out, and we also have pessimism. They're two completely different things, but you were coming through as both because it's showing up for the thought of you. You were coming through as mysterious, but then you were also coming through as someone who's revitalizing. It's crazy, isn't it? I'm hearing, once you see the genius, it's intimidating, isn't it? Isn't it? So this person, they could have become intimidated the more they learned about you, because you were genius. You were someone who's very smart, very intelligent. You were teaching them things they never learned before, and it's like, wow, this person is like genius for their age, old for their age, smart for their age, mature for their age, old soul, wise beyond their years. All of those things are coming through. But we have luxury, mystery, maturity, and pessimism. They did also see a little bit of pessimism in you. And this ebony is kind of coming out a little bit dark green. Moss green is what I'm getting from this card here. So some of you could have been wearing green. But like I said, with these two energies coming through, them looking like just very luxurious, there was an air of that. We also have champagne, fancy. We have class, modesty, celebration, and love, demure. Coming through again. But here we have love. You were very classy. You were well put together. You're a class act, okay? You were also being modest, because even though she is all out, her leg is out, she's still mostly covered. So whatever you were showing, it was very demure. Stop. Yo, if that word don't leave me alone. Whatever you were wearing, it was coming off as like very classy. You were showing some skin, but it wasn't like a scandalous way, you know? And then we have azure. You guys are getting beautiful colors. We have reunion, freedom loving, and new memories. Wow. Reunion is giving the reunion of old souls. So this person does think that they met you before and you were their home. They're returning home. You were also coming through with someone who was freedom loving as well. But then we also have maturity and we have mystery, but you're also freedom loving, and this person loved making new memories with you. How interesting. This is the most interesting reading I've done in a minute. I like this topic. I hope it does well so everybody can get a little bit of into their person's mind. So I'm definitely going to get into the whole more about Sukuyon, because I've never gotten her before, and she looks very interesting. Okay, where would I find her? First, I want to see what she is. She's a shadow. Interesting. 42. Let's get into it. Light and dark. Okay, so, oh, she's from Trinidad, period. My people, let me stop. And diaspora. So temple shadows, her temple's into shadows, and her element is air. So beauty by day and hag by night. What? It's giving Princess Fiona from Shrek. The Sukuyon is an energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as Olehigu or Buhag. Whether energy or blood for vampires, there is never enough to go around. What? You have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, and prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. So the embodiment, stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimble full of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are an illusion. See, like I said, there's something about you that's like coming through as like flamboyant and exuberant, but you didn't believe it. So it's kind of like this person saw so much in you. They saw you were this beautiful, intelligent, smart person, but you couldn't see that for yourself. So there could have been some insecurity here, which is why it's like saying scarcity. You have like a scarcity mindset. What you had wasn't enough. You weren't aware of just how beautiful, gorgeous, smart, intelligent, amazing they thought you were, which is why we also have this Nine of Swords coming through. They thought you were too much in your head trying to be perfect, say the right thing when they thought you were already perfect. You know, that kind of energy, that vibe is coming through now. So it says, when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are an illusion. Prosperity is believing that there's an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. This is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? And the goddess declaration, my blessings always overflow. So you didn't see just how much of a blessing you actually were for this person. It's something that was coming through as their first impression of you. Like, you looked gorgeous, you dressed amazing, you smelled good, everything was great, but there was still something that was like, you were always touching your arm or fidgeting or trying to fixing your hair or patting down this and that to make sure everything still looked good. And this person's like, it's fine, you look amazing, there's no need to do all that. But in your mind, there is a need to do all that because you didn't believe what they were telling you, essentially. So maybe some confidence issues were coming through. This person, like I said, like they knew you were a mixture of shadow and light. You were the sun one minute when you weren't thinking about your insecurities. Then as soon as they came back, they saw you fixing your hair or doing something. So this person thought you were a little too self-conscious. It's a vibe that I'm getting. But you also represented this radical rebirth for them, an awakening. You opened their eyes to something. And this person just wanted you to maybe focus on that instead of everything that you were thinking of wrong. So it's giving like pessimistic thinking, exactly. But they knew there was optimism there as well because they saw a little bit of both during this first meeting. Who is this person? Let me know in the comments. It's kind of like this person was focused on all the good and you were maybe focused on all the bad, which is why you guys are balancing each other out. Why you're the perfect balance to them. You're the perfect, you know, opposite to them. You're the same, you're different sides of the same coin. That kind of concept is coming through for you guys. But also maybe something within them recognized you as a past life love and they were excited to make new memories with you, the new memories coming through. But wow. You know what they should do in this book? They should have a place where they show you how to pronounce people's name. So it's kind of like you were beautiful, you were gorgeous, but you kind of right in the back of your mind, you thought you were looking like a hag or something. That's the vibe that's coming through. But look at how this woman is coming through, so comfortable, so expressive, so beautiful. And they just didn't understand how someone so beautiful could like be so insecure is the kind of vibe that's coming through. If that's resonating for you, it does not have to. Okay, so I want to read for Mawu Lisa. I feel called to. So it's the god or goddess of cosmic power from Benin. So Mawu Lisa is the force of mother, father, god, goddess. Mawu is the moon, the divine feminine. Lisa is the sun, the divine masculine. They came together during a fawn eclipse to create cosmic power. Mawu Lisa's guidance, you are in the right place. Yeah, exactly. See, this person felt like they were in the right place, like you were their right place, you were their home. And they were missing you all this time. They were missing their other half, the puzzle piece, the, you know, that kind of thing. You are in the right place. Release the fear of your power. You are sacred. You are magic. You could have left this person believing in magic, like I said. Now that you know this, you can no longer pretend not to. Boom. Rise up into your magnificence. Love and accept yourself fully to unlock everything you seek. Stop pretending to be less than you are. Your real power has nothing to do with external gains. Cosmic power cannot be destroyed or lost. You were created by the same force that birthed the sun and the moon. So now there's something here about this person. Of course, everyone, well, not everyone, but most people care about looks. This person feels like you shine or you shone so bright that they didn't even really care about the looks of it all because they kind of fell in love with your soul and who you were as a person here. So of course you're gorgeous as well. They do think you're beautiful. That desire, that passion was there right off the bat. But it's kind of like, it's an energy of them falling in love with your soul and like feeling like they knew you from a past life. So even if you weren't the most beautiful person in the world, they still would have like loved you, which is why they didn't want you to feel insecure in that kind of way. So some of you could have like red hair. Some of you could have been wearing braids. Like I said, braids did come through, but this is like a just one thick braid, not multiple box braids. Okay, we have someone here with a low cut for my women. Here I can't even really see her hair, but it's coming through dark. Okay, like I said, lipstick could have been important. The sun and the moon, there's a darkness to you, and there's also like a light that shines from within, is what I'm hearing as well. That's what this person fell in love with, your soul. Oh, this person fell in love with. Okay, so maybe this is after the fact or on the same outing, who knows. But yeah, okay, I heard a read from Desire, so let's get into it. She's number 8. She's a conjurer. Game or Nagame is the triple moon goddess of the Ashanti. See, and I was gonna say that with her. She was giving Hecate. I'm like, oh, she's young and she's also old at the same time. That's what it was giving me, but she came through anyway, which is why I felt called to read her, because I was gonna say triple moon goddess, but it didn't come out. So I guess it needed to come out. So every new day, this mother goddess rebirths the sun, shooting life into us. With her moon bow, her lunar ray illuminates souls. Her guidance, dream bigger, purity desires constrict you. Oh, puny desires restrict you. Your desires create your life, so allow them to flow boldly. There's something about this person thinking that you could have, like, I'm hearing you hung the moon and the stars, so that's coming through. But also you could do anything you want to, and they will follow you blindly kind of vibe. So they wanted you to believe that as well. Like, maybe you talked about whatever you talked about what you wanted to do, who you wanted to be, and they were just like, you could be so much more than that, you know, set your sights higher, you know, that kind of thing. But what do you really desire? Get specific. See it, smell it, feel it, call it in now. What you desire also desires you. See, this person wanted to know if you like them back, is what is coming through. Does your desire flow from love or fear? Manifestations that come from fear-based desires keep you safe and small. Desires that come from your soul expand your world. So goddess declaration, what I desire desires me. Okay. So these two tigers here, like I said, there was a fierceness too, but there was also something very delicate about you. You were like very much, it's not flip-floppy, but it's like two halves of one whole person. At one minute they were seeing the shadows. You could have been telling them about your deepest, darkest secrets, your insecurities, that kind of thing. And then the next minute you were telling them about your passions, and you were shining and very bright. So this person feels that they saw all of you in this one encounter, okay? And they could have fallen in love. That's what I'm hearing. Love at first sight. I'm home, that kind of thing. But I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the butterfly and the snowdrop, hope, then you are in the right place. Welcome. Today's reading, I'm going to be going over what did they think of you the first time they met you. Looks, personality, what were some thoughts that were going through their mind, that kind of vibe. We're going to get into all of that. So usually my romance readings don't really do well on this channel. It didn't do well on my other channel as well. It's just like, I don't know if that's not my thing. I don't know, but I love love, so I want to kind of bring that into one of the most popular topics on this channel, which is personality, looks, appearance, that kind of thing. So we're going to be going through that. In this reading, but mostly we're just going to be getting into whatever comes through for their first impression, the first time they met you, okay? This could be in person, this could be online, this could be whatever, but I want this to be the first time you met, like, physically, okay? Because I was kind of getting a little bit of, in group 1, you guys met online, but the first time they met you, like, in person, could have been a first date, could have been a first meeting, whatever. This doesn't have to be romantic. That was what that was about, because there was, like, some backstory, not backstory, but there was, like, familiarity, I should say, you know? So in this reading, this could be the first time you met physically in person, but you could have had, like, correspondence before then, you know, communication before then. But this could also be this is the first time you're seeing them out, the first time you meet them, you know, because not everyone's story is the same, but I want to incorporate all stories on this one reading for those who chose group 2. So yeah, so let's get right into it. Why not? Why don't we? The butterfly and the snowdrop. Okay, so something about pure, a clean slate is kind of what I'm getting. The first time they saw you, they thought they were getting a fresh, clean slate, because when snow falls, it's always pure and powdery and white, and it's kind of like everything seems to be clean. There's always like a hush that comes over things. So I'm hearing the calm before the storm. So this person knew that you were going to change their life in some kind of way, and there was like you renew their hope or restore their hope in something, in love, in experiences, in romance, in friendship, in life. It doesn't matter, because we have the butterfly, which is transforming into something. So this person could have thought you were beautiful, because in our culture, society, whatever, butterflies are seen as beautiful, you know. They also are seen as transformations, okay? So also social butterflies. Someone here could have been like very social. Maybe one person here is like more outgoing and social than the other. So this person like what am I trying to say? This person has like maybe a hard time talking to people, this person you're watching for, and they were happy that you maybe initiated things, is like what the vibe that I'm kind of getting already. Because beautiful butterflies are seen as beautiful, but they've also gone through a transformation. This person could have seen you as someone who's gone through a transformation, but this is supposed to be the first time they met you. So it's like, how? Unless it was like a true organic meeting, there had to have been something they knew about you before meeting you for the first time, which is why I kind of said that disclaimer of you could have talked to this person before. Maybe you could have FaceTime before then, and it was only you were ever at home looking, you know, regular, but the first time they see you, you're dressed up to the nines. It's just like, wow, like this is the same person I was talking to, because you're actually putting in effort, you know. Or this person could have known you before or seen you online or something. But you know those, because I've had those experiences where you follow a content creator online and the first time you see them in person, that there's like an excitement or a thrill that goes through, like, oh wow, like, you know, new possibilities, like I said, you know. Or maybe even the calm before the storm, because you never know how the person's gonna react is what I meant to say. You don't know how this person's gonna react. So like, this is that calm before the storm. Is it gonna go well? It's gonna go bad. Some storms are beautiful, some storms are calm. Snowstorms leave the beauty of snow, but it also comes with its complications, right? Because snow turns into ice, and then we slipping and sliding and all kind of stuff. So it's kind of like there was something here, like a tentative grip or a tentative rope is what I'm hearing. There's something here, like when you go into something with the hope of it going well and you don't know how it's going to turn out. That's what I'm getting. This person may have thought you were coming in as someone who was holding out hope things would go well, but you just weren't sure how it's going to turn out. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting, okay? Before I just confuse you and myself, let's stop it there. Here we have mischief. Wow. And these cards flew out together, so I didn't even know what was behind here. So we have mischief. Wow. Interesting. Like, I don't know. I'm getting a vibe that you knew this person or they knew you before. And they were just hoping that, or that you guys have had conversations before. And you know, that feeling of talking to someone through the phone or online is different than seeing them in person. So you're hoping that that attraction is there. It's kind of gives me like Love is Blind, where the people go on the show, they're talking with a wall between them. They know each other. They know their deepest, darkest secrets. This person knows you probably better than anyone else. You told them all these things without having to look them in the eye and be embarrassed, or, you know, have that apprehension. And then you have to propose to them, and then you meet them to propose. And it's kind of like you hope that things are going to go well, but you just never know. You hope that that physical attraction is going to show up in the same way it did in the past, but you're not sure, you know. That's the kind of energy that that's the best way I can explain it, honestly. But with mischief, there's something here about them knowing that you are mischievous or something like that. Like, it's kind of giving me the energy of growing up with someone and you know that they used to be like a really bad kid. Mostly for guys' sakes, honestly. Like, you were friends with this guy when you were younger and you knew them as this mischievous guy, you know? And when you met them again, you hope that maybe you liked them, but they didn't like you back. So the next time you see them, you hope that they see something in you now that they didn't see before. You know, that's kind of coming through. But then how does that tie into this is what they think the first time they met you? Maybe they were mischievous. Maybe the first time you met them, you guys were children. And they were this mischievous person. That's what they thought of you. Or you were this mischievous person. That's what they thought of you, you know. And you hoped for a new friendship to come from this, to blossom from this. It's like boy next door, girl next door. Someone moves next door. And now you're excited. There's another kid moving next door that's your age that you can talk to and be friends with. And then you meet them and realize they're just as mysterious as you. And then you have that burgeoning of hope, that seed of hope within you that, hey, this could turn into something. And that could literally be as grown-ups as well. You meet someone, they move next door, it's the girl next door, boy next door thing. You guys are older now. It's like, oh, it's nice to have a neighbor now, you know? And it's like, this person's like a little bit mischievous. You kind of see that in the way they smirk or whatever. But there's like a hope that maybe this person, something comes of this. Like, you know, that kind of vibe. You meet someone, you like them, and you hope they like you back. That's it. You meet someone at the bar, you're like, oh, this person's a little bit mischievous, they're telling jokes, that kind of vibe. I like them. I hope they like me back. You know? Okay, so I'm going to just leave it there and move on to the next set of cards. Because I don't want to make it confusing. But the first time you met them, they met you, they were hopeful for something, okay? And there was a little bit mischievousness. So there's teasing, flirting. That's what's coming through. Flirting in hopes that this person wants you back, you know? Because some people just flirt to flirt, and some people flirt with the intention of it becoming more. So it's like you have to manage your expectations, essentially, to figure out which one this person was. So we're going to see what else comes next. Okay, relax. We have the Raven, magic, coincidence, synchronistic events. What did this person think of my group twos the first time they met them, please, Spirit? My group twos, what do they think of them? They thought you were mischievous. We have Queen. Okay, these are too many cards, so we'll take these two. We have Queen, woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, friendship. So yeah, there is something here about them wanting to be a little naughty with you, maybe. What is up with you guys and your naughty counterparts? Because that came through a little bit in group one. And then we have the Bard. You know, like, yeah, it's giving me someone who is like, you think they wouldn't want you. Like I said, the example that I use of meeting a celebrity or someone you see on social media, you kind of like place them on a pedestal and then you hope that they like you when you walk up to them or start talking to them, you know? That they're not going to be mean to you, that kind of thing. Okay, so there is friendship coming through. So for some of you, this is just a friend. Like I said, I gave two examples of the same scenario, the boy next door, girl next door thing, but you guys are becoming friends, or the boy next door and the girl next door, and it's a cute next door neighbor. You're hoping that something could come from that, you know? Two different things. One is friendship as children and a little bit mischievousness that you're glad to have another friend next door, and then something else more romantic, you know? You think he gives off playboy energy. Is he gonna like me? You know, that kind of vibe. But this is supposed to be what they thought of you. I'm sorry. They thought you were a little mischievous, like I said, and they hoped for something better. They thought you were beautiful. There could be something here about you could have been wearing blue, first of all. And something about a wingspan is what I'm getting. So maybe some of you are like very tall, which would make sense with the Queen because queens have big energy, you know? There could be something here about you being maybe very dominant or teasing or hard to get to know, that kind of vibe, or banter back and forth where you kind of, sometimes teasing is a good thing and then sometimes it's like a bad thing. So it's like, is this person teasing me like for real because we're flirting? Are they teasing me because they're teasing me? There's something about this person feeling unsure but hoping that your mischievous is leading to something good and not something bad. But with this regal queenly energy coming through, you had a big presence, whether you're someone that's tall or not, you know, if we're getting into the physical, whether you're someone who's tall or not, there's something about You look tall. You seem like larger than life, that kind of thing, hard to reach and get to know. Then we have the bard, music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. So this person thought you were a good storyteller. They thought you were very musically inclined, very talented, okay? Whether this was at a poetry slam, or whether this was at you were performing somewhere, you know, or whether this was like I'm hearing a birthday party where you were the main character of that. It was you were wearing your crown, you were the queen of the night. Or maybe at Halloween, they were dressed up as a bard, a musician. You were dressed up as a queen. It doesn't, you know, something along those lines. The first time they met, you could have been in a Halloween party or a dress-up party or your birthday party. That's the kind of vibe where you know this person's like on a pedestal and they're a little bit mischievous, so you don't really know how they feel right off the bat. So there's like a little bit of like nervous, like I keep saying, but this could also be you were at an event and you were performing and this person only saw you on your throne, which is the stage, and they were nervous. Look at how he's like lurking behind her thing, like just bringing her drink. So it's kind of like maybe they were a server and didn't know how you felt about that, you know? Dating a server, or how you felt about them coming to ask you for your number, or how you felt about them in general. That kind of thing is coming through. But this person thought you were a great storyteller, whether they were watching you tell a story to your friends from your table, you know, or you were telling a story to them. With this cute little, like I'm hearing pompous. So there could be something like maybe uppity, which is why Queen came out. Like I said, this person thought you were high above them. They put you on a bit of a pedestal, or they looked at you as above them and they were kind of beneath you, which is why they were hoping that you may like them back or you had a certain feeling about them. So I think the same energy is coming through, but it's in different examples. Here we have 7. So there could be something like very outgoing about you. You're very friendly. This person was wondering, were you flirting or just being friendly? That could be something coming through as well. With 4 and the Queen, it's giving Emperor, so you have like a very imposing, intimidating air about you. Kind of like, stay away from me, I'm above you. Maybe that's the energy you put off, whether you're a queen or not. You put off, I'm better than you, don't talk to me, you know? And the first time they met you, it was kind of like they were scared that you wouldn't like them back. Or you were just like pompous, you know? Uppity as well. But there's like a star quality to you with the bard coming through. So now let me get some tarot cards to kind of further clarify the message here. There was something about drinking, because she is drinking something. And he's like behind her hovering, drinking as well. And then we have this lady here playing music. So there was something about music for real. With music coming through in the bard and here. So something about playing an instrument. Maybe someone who's a part of an orchestra or a band. They're just like, oh my gosh, they're just like so much better than me. More well-bred than me is what I'm hearing as well. Went to a better school than me. They're giving rich. And I'm giving scrubber from the wrong side of town. That energy is coming through as well. You know what just came through? I don't know if I've actually read a book about this, but it's kind of like 2 people, like 2 houses on different sides of the line, where right as you cross the line into like a maybe more malnourished neighborhood, you guys were right on that line. So we had a big house on this line. It's like wrong side of the tracks thing. And right on the opposite side of that line of your house was their house, which was significantly smaller. They weren't as rich as you, but you guys like share that plot of land. And it's kind of like, we live technically in the same area code, or maybe not, because as soon as you cross that line, you're in a different part of town, but we're right next to each other at least. And I don't know if this person is going to be uppity or not want to talk to me, but I hope that she likes me back, you know? Maybe you guys used to play pranks on each other when you were younger, because you lived on that same plot of land, but her house is bigger, his house is bigger, whatever, and you guys would play pranks on each other, and this person was like, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I feel like it made time for the reading, so I'm going to say all the examples that are coming through. Like, it's giving like a book on Big Talk. Like I said, they live on opposite sides. One is on the wrong side of the tracks, but they literally live on the same plot of land. There's only like a line that separates their property, but one side is a rich side of town, and the other side is not the rich side of town, you know? And this person could have like a superiority complex because they live on the rich side of town, even though they still do technically share land with the poor side of town. and they like bully each other and play pranks on each other, but they're high that they really like each other, or they actually do hate each other but they end up liking each other. But like I said, how does that tie into how they first met you, their first impression? Maybe the first time they met you, they were moving into that empty big house, you know, or they were moving into that empty small house and they were nervous but hopeful that this connection would lead to something, whether it was friendship that turned into more, or who knows. So what did they think the first time they met my group twos, please, Spirit? There's something here about brown. There's something here about blue. Blue is calm. Brown is more grounded. So both of you have like a very calming, grounded air about each other. Somebody here can have brown skin. Blue, I don't think there's such a thing as blue skin. Unless you're from Pandora and you're an avatar or something. Or you're Loki. Not my dog. I'm not calling you Loki. From I don't know, Loki from Marvel. He was born blue, but he was born into a more well-to-do family, Thor's family, and he just never felt like he fit in. Especially after the mother died, 'cause I feel like she treated them the same, but after she died, it was like, or did she? I'm not 100% sure. I think she was a nice woman in the movies, but for whatever reason, Loki still felt left out. But his skin was naturally blue, I believe, from the planet he was from. Now I'm trying to figure out the name of whatever this thing is, because there is something you can wear. It's not plumage, but I'm getting like frou something. Like, you know how people wear shirts? It's like a white button-down shirt, but it has like frills in the chest area, and it would kind of stick out from a jacket, or it would stick out from anything. It's like a plumage, essentially, for shirts. But it's like white and frilly in the front of a button-up shirt. That's the vibe that's coming through here. So one of you is like well put together, and one of you maybe isn't. You know, this queen is a beautiful in her pure white dress, and he's just a bard wearing whatever fits him, whatever he could find. So one of you could be more like business, stoic, hard to read, and then others of you here is very expressive. And there, like I said, there's that kind of like disparity there between you guys. What did they think of my group ones the first time they met them? Please, their person. We have the star, which is hope again. Why did they have to have... They were hopeful. Or you seemed hopeful. Here we have the Knight of Cups. And look at how her hand is on her chest. She's hopeful as well. I don't know what. This is reading is... So you were a very hopeful person. Is it nostalgic? Looking up at the skies, making wishes, that kind of thing. Maybe a little mournful, serious, but reserved for sure. And here we have the cozy wish, a new beginning. So they thought that you were hopeful for a new beginning. First time they met my group twos. And then we have the lovers. Yeah, it's kind of like destiny, destined to be together. The lovers card. We're destined to be together, but there's going to take some hope and vulnerability to get there, honestly. This person thought you were a hopeless romantic. That could be what it is. Like, you're very like a hopeless romantic kind of person, hoping for love. It's like, I'm just a hopeless romantic. I'll never take it for granted. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which is a queen coming through, but like the more confident queen. Gorgeous, beautiful queen. So yeah, there's something here about them not feeling like they were enough for you the first time they met you. They were very much intimidated. Here you have the Page of Pentacles, because you're a Queen of Wands, you're coming through as a queen, and they're just coming through as a bard. So it's kind of like a Joker against a queen. And that's actually a song. Oh my gosh, the Joker and the Queen, but it's Ed Sheeran's song, and it's a song that he wrote for his wife, where he's like, when I first met you, because they knew each other since they were like in high school, but they kind of went their separate ways. He became Ed Sheeran, she went on to do whatever she did in her work, and then they kind of came back together. He always had a crush on her, but she never thought that she was in his league. He always thought she was out of his league and she would never want to be with him. And so for whatever reason, they went on a date or something. He asked her out and said, why not just try it? Or they found out that I'm trying to remember the story he told. He found out she liked him too, and then they went out, and then they like never separated from that first day. They just kind of like stayed together, and now they're married with 2 kids, you know? That's the vibe that's coming through. But he wrote that song, The Joker and the Queen, to kind of represent their relationship. He thought he was the Joker and she was the Queen. And that's what I was been trying to say, I feel like, in some kind of way. It came through, but not so clearly as that song. So thank you, Spirit, for giving me that song, child. Yeah, The Joker and the Queen. How was I to know? It's a crazy thing. Something's asunder, and I still let you in. It was meant to be. The road to somewhere gave me forever, and I know you could fall for 1,000 kings and hearts that could give you a diamond ring. When I fold, you see the best of me, the Joker and the Queen. Yeah, so he thinks of himself as the performer, and that's what he is. Ed is the bard, the musician, the myth. He tells a beautiful story, as he is doing in that song right there with the song, and she's the queen. She's everything womanly, fertility, everything divine, feminine, sexuality, friendship. They started off as friends until it turned into more. Yeah, I know I wasn't bugging. There's something about that energy coming through here. And if by now you're still watching, it doesn't resonate, it's not your reading, honestly. But yeah, he's basically saying, I'm the Joker, I'm the performer, I'm the one who comes and performs for you. I'm only your subject and you're the queen. And that's how this person was viewing you, or they're thinking of you the first time they met you. Even though he was Ed Sheeran, he was so popular and he was rich, like he was still just a joker to her queen. How sweet. Okay. And the lovers, how they were meant to be together, but how they were always meant to be together, but it was delayed. They knew each other since high school. You would think they would have got it together by then. No, it took, well, probably over 10 years for them to finally find their way back to each other. So that could be a thing that's coming through as well. You both needed time to transform, but there was always hope that things would come full circle, you know? Here we have the Page of Pentacles. You were the Page of Pentacles to their Queen of Wands or something. This card did want to come out in reverse, but a lot of these cards did. And then here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. So yeah, this person is seeing you as someone who is extremely high value, and whether you have a better job than them, you make more money than them, I don't know. The first impression is you were someone who is so high above them. She's so high, high above me. She's so lovely. She's so high, like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Aphrodite. Yeah, that song is coming through. She's So High by Tal Bachman, like the quintessential freaking song of the 90s, early 2000s. Like, I've heard that song in so many of those movies, child. Yeah. And now I'm hearing, because that song, now that I'm talking about like all things 90s and 2000s, I'm hearing, kiss me beneath the milky twilight, ring, ring, that kind of thing. You bring your shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me. And that song is from like She's All That. I've never seen the movie, but I just know that the song is from that movie. Just like, yeah, you're giving like, maybe it's giving Girl Next Door. That's literally what all those movies were about, I feel like. About the girl next door and the guy and turning into more. So it was giving the freaking 90s, early 2000s trope. And I'm also hearing Clueless, where she grew up in the house with that dude, the stepbrother, I believe. And they always liked each other, but they always were first annoyed with each other and always pulling pranks, and there was mischievousness there, like, you know, immaturity, whatever. And it wasn't until she had, like, I don't know, some kind of awakening. I don't know though. I've barely seen Clueless either, child. But all those like early 2000s, 90s movies are coming through, okay? I think they were 90s movies, but they became popular in the early 2000s, whatever. Or they were just early 2000s movies. I don't know. But yeah, it's giving that where she realizes she likes her stepbrother kind of thing. See? So there could be something about that, maybe a little bit taboo, you know? Because he was older than her, I believe. She was only in high school and he was like, in college or something. But Paul Rudd and yeah, I know what I'm talking about. That movie is coming through. And I love how we have like a door here and it says The Witches, and it's kind of giving me in all those freaking, like I said, same 2000s movies where on the door would be like, stop, don't come in, girls not allowed, stay out, that kind of thing, you know? That's what it's giving me. So this could be someone you live with for a little bit. It could be stepbrother kind of vibes like that, or it could be, like I said, girl next door, you know, her parents were more rich and well-to-do than his, that kind of thing. And I'm not trying to make it like gender, but whoever is who, you're gonna know which role fits you. It could have been two boys next door that couldn't be together because they, you know, it wasn't a thing, you know, or your relationship could have spanned the full 2000s. You guys could be like a little bit older as well. And you guys knew each other, you moved in together, moved in next door to each other, you guys became friends, that kind of vibe. The first time you met them, you guys just knew, hey, this is my person, but one was more confident than the other. Whether it's two girls, two guys, guy and girl, it doesn't really matter. Because in all these pictures here, we have all women, honestly. So we have a lady, 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 two ladies, lady, lady, lady. I don't think there is any men in this deck, if I'm being honest. With the Cozy Witch, I think it's all females. So it could have been two girls moving next door to each other, you know what I mean? Not thinking that the other person wants to be with them because that person may have not realized they wanted to be with girls yet, that kind of thing. But yeah, there's something here about you being very romantic, you being very hopeful, always hoping for the best, you know? We have romanticize the present moment every chance you get. That's what you did. Okay, that's what you do. Look at you putting little shell hearts in the sand. Look at how she's holding her heart, probably making a wish, or just like very like heart-based, heart-focused kind of person, very sweet, you know? Then we have a house here on a beach. Maybe some of you had houses on a beach, or it's giving me a beach house during the summer. So it's giving me the summer I Turned Pretty as well, where they grew up together in the same house kind of during the summer. But Belly loved Conrad for the longest time, but she didn't think he loved her back, but he did. But he didn't want to be with her because there was something, it was confusing, or he never saw her that way until they were older, but he did the whole time. It's just so confusing, guys. That's why I feel like I'm going back and forth and up and down all around, because I don't know what's going on. And the first time they met you, maybe you didn't know what was going on, but it's giving me the vibe of meeting again for the first time after knowing this person and meeting them years, 10, 20 years after you guys are all grown up, and their first impression of you now. And now they're hoping that now that you guys have had time to kind of move on, you still have that air of mischievousness to you. They think, or they hope, that things can kind of move forward now. You've grown into a beautiful young woman, a young man, or a grown man, a grown woman, who knows, you know? They still saw you as this. You like to look at the stars. You believe in love at first sight. You still want that love. This is what they thought the first time they saw you. You haven't changed much, you know? You're still that person who you were at your core. With the Cozy Witch, take a chance. For each morning was a new beginning. You were a little bit of like, I don't want to say a wild child, but you always like dressed your own way. You were very unique, you know what I mean? Not like everyone else. That's what they were thinking of you. I'm getting like land. Like, cause every time I'm seeing her, she's full of like land. Like her window is like hills and valleys. She's in her backyard. And right here, the beach is like such a big beach. That sounded so wrong when I said it. It's such a big beach. And then my mind automatically substituted the beach word for another word. Yeah. So maybe some of you could be, they could think you're a big bitch in the sense of your attitude or how you look, your physicality, like, you know, something like that. But always looking in the mirror, always confident, very boho chic. You could have been someone who's like into mushrooms, cottagecore, flowers, that kind of thing. Very romantical kind of dressing. Fluffy dresses, that kind of thing. Hats. One-piece bathing suits is giving me quintessential childhood, where they, like, all the girls were just in there like one bikini kind of thing. I love this. This is like a very interesting story between you guys. Like, please, if someone wouldn't mind letting me know what could be going on in this connection potentially. I have no idea. But this is, like I said, their first impression of you. It could have been that you guys had a past life like this, or they've known you before, that kind of thing. Because we did have the lovers coming through, which is will you or won't you? The choice is yours. Now it's giving me will they or won't they? Will they or won't they vibes. Like we're meeting again 20 years down the line. Doesn't mean we're supposed to be together now. I hope we're supposed to be together now, you know? 10, 20 years later, and we're still not together, and we're meeting again for the first time. Like, what do you mean? Will we or won't be? Like, excuse me. Yeah. We have Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. So next time they meet you, you went from being someone who was very whimsical, very staring at the, you know, stars, watching the sunset, building sand castles, that kind of romantical kind of life. And now you're a femme fatale here with the Queen of Wands. You're wearing your, you've grown into your confidence. You always had a sliver of quiet confidence, and now you're fully blown confident now. You know, you've grown into a woman, you know? Yo, this reading is so chaotic, or is it just me? Like, I just keep getting the weirdest flashes in my head. When I said you've grown into a grown woman, I'm hearing the guy from Mulan, a woman! Y'all know what I'm talking about. For my people who watch Mulan, maybe that movie's important to some of you here, or maybe you watched it with this person. I don't know, but that just came through full blown. When they realize she's a woman, and the freaking annoying skinny beanpole guy comes and pulls Mulan out and throws her to the ground. Look at her, a woman. Just like, excuse me? Unhand her right now. Sure. Anyway, yeah, that's what's coming through. So maybe Mulan is important here for some of you, okay? But yeah, the next time they see you grew into someone who's very confident, someone who's very, who grown into themselves, grown into their looks, that kind of thing. Very happy-go-lucky, very passionate. You love life. You're exuberant. You're vibrant. All that kind of energy is coming through. And then with the Page of Pentacles, when life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. Okay, you took your life and turned it into a fairy tale. Is essentially what this is kind of saying. The first time they met you, you could have been just like that kind of, you know, you could have given them main character from a 90s or 2000s, early 2000s movie, and that could have been what I've been trying to say this whole time. You know. Maybe all those other instances don't matter, and they're just seeing you as a character, a main character in your movie. And that's what all these, her being by herself. Y'all know that scene in the movie where the character is going through something and she's holding herself and looking up at the stars and the wind is blowing in her hair. We have the scene on the beach where she's hoping for love or saying goodbye to something and doing the same pose, and the wind is blowing through her hair and she's watching the sunset. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Stop acting like I'm crazy. I'm not. Okay? She's looking in the mirror, feeling herself, going outside. She has a perfect home on a minimum wage job, but she has her own place. And she lives in the mountains somewhere. How can she afford it? We don't know. You know what I'm talking about. That is energy you guys are giving off the first time this person met you. Okay, like you're just the air is sparkling around you, and it's like out of a movie. You were literally drawn out of a movie and dropped into their life, essentially. But yeah, she's dancing around her house with her cat. Is giving me the scene from Practical Magic where they're all dancing around the kitchen, that kind of thing. This is it right here. Page of Pentacles, selling lemonade when we were kids. You know, you come out and have a lemonade stand, you could have memories of that with this person, you know. Child, this is crazy. And then, like I said, the Queen of Pentacles, there's no need to sacrifice. You have it all. You can have it all. And that's literally what all of these cards are kind of saying. You are someone who just has it all. This person is like, how can I be with someone as well put together as them? They seem like they have it all, you know? Okay, I'm moving on now. Because I feel like I've been talking too much, and I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But I feel like maybe it's all these cards. Yeah, it's like a little magic flowing through all these cards. You're a little bit magical. You're like like I said, a main character who came out of a freaking movie. It's like, what? You're like a 2000s lady from a 2000s movie. You just came right out of the movie and met me in my life. That could be what all that was trying to say. Maybe you guys did grow up in opposite sides of the tracks, but you didn't know each other when you were younger. So this person came from a bad background or a well-to-do background, and you came from a well-to-do background or a bad background, and it's like something about opposites attracting here. We have Rage, Medusa. Wow. They thought you were upset? Did you guys leave through some bad terms when you were younger? For those of you that may resonate with that message of knowing this person when you were younger and like meeting them 10, 20 years later, and there's rage you still have towards this person, and that's what their first impression of you is, you're mad at them. Because if you look at the face here, they do kind of look like, I don't like you, which is a mischief energy. I don't even know what to say at this point. But I'm gonna keep pulling cards. Hopefully it comes together. It usually does. Here we have worthiness. Yeah, there's something here about your worthiness. This person knows you know your worth. And this person could have done something to you when you were younger, which is why you would have that rage and they would understand. Here we have Oya, which is storms. Very stormy. Yeah, it's up and down and all around. And then we have Queen Ya, another queen coming through. Level up. So you did level up, like I said, the first time this person saw you. But I'm like, how would they know you leveled up unless they've known you before? Is my question. Can someone answer me that in the comments? Like, level up. The butterfly going through a transformation, hoping for something new this time around. But how would they know if this is the first time they're meeting you, that you've gone through a glow up? How would they know? Unless they've been, like I said, stalking you on social media, following your life, and this is the first time they're actually seeing you in person. There has to be some familiarity here. Has to. So we have a tete or a tet, which is worthiness. They know you're worthy now the first time they met you again, okay? Medusa, there's some rage here. Maybe you left things out on bad terms. That's why there's rage. We have 13 to 14 coming through here. So maybe 13 to 14 years, because these are the only two golden ones. We have Oya, which is storm. So there's something here about you being very stormy, electric. That electrical current is in the air with you. They know things can either go bad or things can go good. That's where that rage is coming through. And then we have level up. You leveled up. So for some of you, you could have colored hair. Some of you could have long, curly, black hair. This is black, specifically not brown. Some of you could have no hair. You have like a very low cut, okay? Some of you have curls, auburn curls, dark red, brown curls, or reddish, brownish tint to your hair, copper. Some of you are little girls. You have like very brown, coppery, curly hair. And you have like, you know, those golden leaves, and it's giving like, you know, Greek god or goddess coming through here. For others of you, we do have brown hair coming through. It's also giving that same color, brown, auburn, reddish hair. And it's like a lot. It's like very curly or wavy at least. And then she has curly, wavy hair as well. And hair. And then she has red, short hair here. Okay, look at short red hair. Come through. Maybe some of you, maybe what they're thinking is it true that redheads have a temper? It could be something that's coming through as well. If you don't understand or you weren't upset the first time you met them. Maybe you were mad about something the first time you met this person. Maybe it wasn't at them. Maybe you were just mad at something that happened in your life. That could be something coming through as well. But you were seen as like someone who could change the current or the energy of a room, because here, this Storms always gives me Storm from X-Men, and she was literally able to control the weather. And the thing that she would always do was make it thunderstorm, I believe, in the movies. Just hope all that is straight. Okay. Patterns. Queen Ya Asentewa, level up. This is a golden something. I don't know what it is, but I want to know what it is. So I'm gonna read the book for that one. Worthiness is giving tea. It's giving, you know, refined. It's giving royalty. You know, like only the kings and queens in all the movies, you know, have tea. You know, fancy. You could be coming through with someone who's fancy. And what makes sense with the Queen of Pentacles, you're accomplished, okay? You've accomplished a lot in your life. You have money, you know. What am I doing? Waiting for these cards, okay? So I'm going to pull these cards for you guys. And then get into the meanings of like one or two of these cards up here. The Witch is in. The Doctor is in. Some of you could be doctors. The first time this person met you could have been in a doctor appointment. We have Violet, which is wisdom, sensitivity, spirituality, and creativity. Here we have Yellow Rose, friendship, I love you. So friendship is coming through again. So like I said, for some of you, this could have been something like you're a friend and you want it to be more, or you're just friends. Because like I said, Ed Sheeran and his now wife, Cherry, I think her name is, started off as friends in high school, but they always liked each other, but they just didn't know at the time. Or it wasn't the right time for them. They needed to meet like 2 decades down the line, or like 10 years later, when they were more successful. He had achieved his career, she had her career, and then they were able to settle down then. Here we have Champagne. This came through group 1. We have Class. That's what I was saying with the T. You're a very classy person. We have Modesty, Celebration, and Love. So, and what was I saying about celebration in the beginning about a birthday party? Maybe this person saw you for the first time at a birthday party and you were celebrating, or you were just celebrating something, you know, and you were drinking, because in the Queen card, she's a drink in front of her. So that could be important. Then we have Sunflower, which is unwavering faith, unconditional love, brightening the mood. And what did I say about you walking into a room and there's a charge in the air? The energy changes, you know, the energy shifts. I wish this card would stop playing, because I'm gonna fight. Like, sit your behind down. Thank you. My gosh. I don't know why these cards gotta give trouble now. Okay. I'm done. Champagne, class modesty, then we have Sunflower. We have yellow coming through twice. A nice bright yellow, so your energy does change the vibe in the room. And then look, we have all these rings, you know, crowding around her. So maybe you're someone who's very highly sought after. The first time they met you, they saw a bunch of people crowding around you, wanting to know more about you. At the bottom of the deck, we have Indigo, which is integrity, intuition, structure, and order. So another like purpley card coming through, and purple does represent wisdom. It does represent royalty as well. So this person thought you were royal, which keeps coming through. We have a lot of purple coming through in these two cards as well. Okay, anything else? This person thought you were very wise. Maybe you were holding court, which is why we have all these rings around them. I'm hearing King Arthur in the round table. So he would hold court at the round table with all his other, you know, highly trusted advisors and knights and things, okay? You could be someone who is very, what's the word? Not orderly. Someone who believes in fairness, okay? Which is why those are the people who are around the round table. People who have like morals, you know? You came through as someone who was sensitive, spiritual, creative. I'm a good friend, at least. Whether this person was a friend already or not, or they just saw you hanging out with friends, like I thought you were a good friend. And then we have I love you. With this unconditional love, it is definitely giving me a situation to maybe cut short and having to come back around. Maybe I'm picking up on parts of your story as well as their first impression of you. I don't know. But yeah, the unconditional love is you're always going to have love for this person, whether it turns into something more or not. But maybe someone does want more than what you guys have right now. And that's the energy that's coming through here. They're hopeful that each time they see you, that you realize that they like you, they want to be with you, and you guys end up together, that kind of thing. But yeah, curly red hair is significant here. Curly light brown hair as well. I'm hearing ash blonde or ash brown. Waves, curls, braids, dreads is what I'm hearing as well. Because this hairstyle she's wearing here is very intricate. It's very braidy. Let me see if I can take it down for you guys to see. Like, her hair is most definitely braided. Corn rolled up. Passion twist. Baby hairs is what I'm hearing. But curls. This is the pile for my curly girls. Because we have curly dark hair up here. Medusa has snakes in her head, which can, I would think, represent curls as well. Because, you know, they was moving around and looking curly. Okay, curls, curls, curls. Braided up, updo. Hair, it was red curls as well. Like shoulder length, red curls. Very thick hair as well. And then here we have, like, just the regular, like, dark brown hair with curls. That was just out, you know, but has like a little headband to it kind of thing, you know? So maybe you're someone who likes just the way your curls in a wash and go or twist out or braid out, but you have like a headband on that's, you know, adding a little oomph, maybe. I'm sure the cards are fine. Okay, so now we're going to get into the book about some of the meaning of these things, some of the meaning of these goddesses, I would say. So these are all going to be somewhere towards the middle. So 13, Oye. She's a warrior and her element is water, wielding her powerful sword of truth. So you were someone who's very honest and upfront, to the point that mischief as well, like I said, banter back and forth, you know, ribbing at each other or smirking, fighting, debating, that kind of thing is what's coming through as well. Good with your words. Oya is the Yoruba goddess of storms, wind, and lightning. Storms bring shift, rapid and uncontrollable change, and at times chaos. That's something you represent to this person. The winds of change are in motion. Into every life, a little rain must fall. Personal storms clear away the old. So you could have been going through a personal problem, which is why you were upset. You know, they saw you from across the room and you were just upset and mad, and they wanted to come and help fix it or something, you know? Or they were coming to you as a friend, that kind of thing, and they saw you were upset, that as well. Or they were the server and they saw you were mad about something because your food didn't come back right or something, and you were beautiful in your rage, and they loved how you stood up for your friends or stood up for yourself, that kind of thing. They love how you carry yourself as well, the class. The unwavering faith and unconditional love. Yeah, there's something about you being a good friend. That's what they think of you. Personal storms clear away the old. Sometimes change moves slowly, at other times change is swift. Okay, I did want to see mostly about this person here. Goddess of worthiness, great goddess Atet, queen of the gods, is a fierce protector of women. So you're a protector as well. And girls for the Oromo people of Ethiopia. Stop hiding, shrinking, and playing small. Stand tall like the majestic sycamore tree. That's the queen energy coming through. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfection. So this person knows you have worthiness. This person, you know your worth, essentially. There's somebody that I wanted to read for, though. Maybe not. Yeah, I said these two, they're lit up. So something here about your worthiness, and it's coming through again in the Atet. This person loves the ease in which you carry yourself, is what I'm getting as well. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment. Oh no, I wanted to read her because of this golden thing. Look at me. I'm about to leave the read and then not do what I said I was going to do. How rude. Maybe somebody reminded me a complaint or had a thought, because that just popped into my head. Okay, so we have Queen of Leveling Up, Ashanti Ghana. Her temple is the Queen's, and her element is a bush, which is earth. So Queen Ya Asantewa was a mother farmer and the warrior queen who led the War of the Golden Stool. The Golden Stool, the throne of the Ashanti people, holds the region's Kra life force energy. So that, yeah, you have like a lot of life force. You were glowing and radiant and confident with this Queen of Wands, and they couldn't help but stare. You were feeling yourself is also what I'm hearing. You were feeling worthy, you know, but there's also something here about rage and storm. So maybe you were feeling stormy. It just depends. This could have been throughout a night and all these emotions were coming up. You know, this person said something to make you upset and you raged at them. This person said something to put you in a stormy mood and you raged at them. There's something here about blue. So blue could be someone's favorite color. There's something about the darkness of your skin and this color specifically, and blue looks good in the contrast of your skin. Blue is just also like, the dark blue is like intense, very much so cloudy, that kind of vibe. Something about you maybe wearing purple, looking very well put together here. Purple's coming through twice, honestly. And then here we have all the like purples, and we have yellows, and then we have, you know, oranges and reds and pinks and greens, that kind of thing. So maybe some of you were wearing something very colorful. Some of you were wearing something very blue and gold, okay? I'm hearing silver and gold, silver and gold. So maybe some of you were wearing silver and gold, or silver and or gold. Purple, this kind of thing. It's like a tea party. Maybe you guys were at a tea party and this person saw you across the room, you know? But raise your standards. A leap forward for one is a leap forward for the tribe. So this person did think you were a great friend, and maybe you were paying for everything because they were your server, and they saw you slide them the card and say, hey, I got this for everyone. Like, oh my gosh, you're a great friend, you know? Because a leap forward for one is a leap forward for everyone. So because you were treating everyone, because you're successful in life now, you were also treating the rest of your friends. And that could be a confirmation call. So like I was saying, yes, because you got a golden opportunity, you have more money, you're always treating your friends, and the person saw that and said, oh my gosh, you're such a good friend. Medusa, look at how we have the triple moon goddess coming through as well. So maybe I should read for her too. 23. You are pissed off and petrified, angry and shaking, but underneath that you are hurt and heartbroken. So maybe some of you were heartbroken the first time they saw you. That was your first impression. Feeling undervalued is overwhelming. You can't stay silent anymore. Let your joys, hopes, and beauty rage on. So they're not mentioning the triple moon goddess, but I see the symbol. Medusa is feared as an ugly, vicious monster biatch. The truth, this Libyan Berber dark goddess of wisdom rage is sacred, epic, and fully justified. Okay, her declaration is I have a right to feel my feelings. So maybe that's what you were telling them. Maybe they were telling you you're too emotional or something like that, but you're just like, you were beautiful and fierce and in all your emotions, you know? You were reading everyone around you to feel, telling everyone I can feel how I feel, don't tell me how I can feel. And you're like, yeah, there was something about you just being like just upset for something with the storms and rage coming through. And this person loved that you allowed yourself to feel what you were feeling and not like hide it. Like, not this looking. Like, I try to make this look even, it just never does. Child, it's crazy. But I feel like it looks fine on the camera. Anyway, no, it isn't. It's lopsided. I don't know why it does this or how it does this. It's confusing. I try to make it all straight and it just never turns out that way. Never. Anyway, that's all that I have for you guys, though. I don't want to keep chatting on because we're already at 50-something minutes, but I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. It's my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people. That's probably why. In the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the bee and pomegranate, then you are in the right place. Today's reading, we're going to be going into what did your person think of you the first time they met you? What was their first impression of you, okay? So it got pretty long for group 2. I don't know, usually it's group 3 that's really long, but lately it's been group 2 that's pretty long. So we're gonna see what comes through for you guys. But disclaimer, we're going to be getting into whatever comes through mostly, but towards the end, I'm going to try to tidy it up and like paraphrase everything, honestly. We're going to go over looks, what they thought of your looks, you know what I mean? We're going to get some confirmations for what your looks could be as well, so you know the reading was for you even more. We're going to get into personality, of course, and then, of course, just what your person, a little bit was what they were thinking as well is going to come through, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just trying to see how readings like this do, because usually on this channel when I do readings about like a romance or whatever, it doesn't do well, so maybe that's not what you guys want to see, which is fine, fair, honestly. But I love like to incorporate that a little bit into it because I love my romance, okay? Hopeless romantic here, or should I say hopeful romantic here. So yeah, we're gonna get into a little bit of that. So we're gonna see what was coming through, what is gonna come through. I'm just excited. Thank you for being here with me. I'm just in a good mood today. The house is pretty empty, which I love. So, like, I don't like people like that. When you have to live with people, it's a different story kind of thing. Maybe that's you. Maybe a lot of people that I know are watching this reading, so I feel like very comfortable, very loose, very free. That could be something that is something like you talk a lot. Like chatterbox, you're excitable. You know, you talk a lot about a lot of different things. You like to talk about yourself, that kind of vibe. You're very free flowing. You may not like people that well. Just what I just said could literally apply to you as well. So just take that in mind. Sometimes I like say things during the reading and it could apply to your reading. That could be extra confirmation. That, you know, that happens a lot, honestly. So immediately, productivity does make sense with the whole moving fast and talking fast kind of thing. You know, you get things done. You know, you get down to business. I'm hearing, let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Huh. So the first time you met this person, whatever you were meeting them for, whatever you were doing, whether it was a first date for work, whatever, they were just like, you were very to the point, straightforward. Let's get this done. Like, you know, what do they call those people? Herder. You're like herding everybody, saying, let's go, hurry up, we're here to do a job, snap rapido, hurry up, you know, pick up the pace, that kind of thing. That could be what's going on. Or you were trying to make sure everything was getting done. So this person could have been watching you from afar. This person could have been watching you work. You could have met this person at work. I'm hearing you own a bakery or a coffee shop or something, and you were trying to make sure everything was going well and flowing smoothly, and this person saw that and kind of like, you know, was impressed, liked you, thought you were cute, that kind of thing, and maybe started a conversation. That was the first time they saw you, the first impression kind of vibe. The first impression is of you not knowing they were looking at you. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. a busy bee. Essentially, you were flirting about here and there, and they were just watching you. And it would make sense if you're working at a place, whatever you're working at, wherever you're working. It doesn't have to be your own place, but if you're working and not knowing someone's watching you, they're just there with their coffee watching the free show, is kind of what I'm getting. You're getting like someone who's cute, who's telling everyone what to do, but you look too innocent to be that, you know, mean or jaded or in charge, that kind of thing, you know. So the next card we have here is an ending. Wow, okay. I don't know what to think about this. And I took off the AC to use my phone speaker, hoping that the quality of sound would be better. And now I'm sweating now that we're on group 3. So I don't know, during the reading I might just turn on the speaker for you guys, and if it gets a little muffled, I don't know, but I'm hot. Let me just try to get through this reading maybe. Okay, this person could have thought you were hot. It could have been hot where you guys were. You could have been sweating, because I swear, I promise you, I was not sweating for group 1 or group 2. Of course, it could be logical, and because I'm doing your group, and you know, the air has been off for a minute now, but I think there's something here where this person was sweating. You had them sweating. They were nervous. Okay. The moth and the eucalyptus, I don't know why the eucalyptus always gives me like a tingly sensation. Because I know eucalyptus is not mint per se or peppermint, but there's like a very tingly sensation that it gives, smell-wise. You know, eucalyptus oil, that kind of thing. So maybe there's something like very fresh and free and airy about you, your personality, or just the experience with you. It was like very new. Something they had never experienced before, you know? A new experience. And you were talking very fast, you were trying to do a lot, get a lot of things done, and you know, maybe also focus on them, and they just thought it was cute. Or maybe not. You were just, like I said, at work, working, and they just were looking at you from afar. Depending on the kind of work you do. That's why I'm trying to give different examples, in case not everybody works at places where they can be seen first and foremost. So maybe this first impression is of a coworker, or a friend that was gonna, you know, or a stranger that was gonna become a friend, or a stranger that became a boyfriend because they asked you out on the spot, that kind of thing, you know. But we have a bee and we have a moth. So there's something like, yeah, I was getting that vibe, minuscule and small about you. Because bees are a little bit scary. Okay, they're small but fierce but mighty. And then here we have a moth, and moths are just like, and it's the same kind of pattern as well. So there could be something here about yellow and black. Okay, I'm hearing what is her name? It's not honeybee. It could be honeybee. I'm not sure. The lady, the evil villain character from Teen Titans. I think her name was something bee, and she was like very small, cute, and like petite with her little pom-poms, but she was a bad guy, you know. And I think her power was to get really little, like a bee. Yeah. So there could be something here about you being like really little, really small. Maybe some of you wear pom-poms or pigtails or 2 ponytails kind of thing, and that's the first time they saw you. Also, bumblebee, honeybee, fire bee, moth bee, no. She has like a lot of attitude as well. She's like very fierce. She's also black. So some of you, of course, I hope we have some black people watching. Hey, you could be black. Yeah, there's something about yellow as well. So maybe the yellow against your skin, because they do say black women look amazing in yellow. So there could be something about the way the yellow was contrasting your skin, whether you're darker or, you know, more lighter brown, who knows. There's something about that coming through. Pomegranates are also really sweet, and they stain your fingers. So there's something about this first impression that kind of left the imprint on them, left the stamp, left the mark, is what I was trying to say, left the mark on them. I'm hearing earthy, down to earth, and I'm hearing a wreath. I don't know what a wreath is for. I think wreaths are for protection, I believe. People put wreaths on their door for protection, okay? They also do it around Christmas time, so you could have met this person during Christmas time. I'm also hearing a flower crown and a thorn crown that Jesus wore on the cross. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. Maybe you met this person at church, and that was their first impression of you. Maybe you worked in the church, or the church was having a function, and you were running around making sure everything was good, and that's the first time you guys met. if you want to make it like a more social setting. Yeah, pomegranates, seeds are very little too. Pomegranate can be someone's favorite fruit, theirs or yours. Just some extra confirmation coming through. But yeah, I'm getting small but mighty. A little scary because, like I said, yeah, bees are scary and so are moths. I know I'm scared of them. I don't like them. Ugh. I'm just like, why are you doing that? And they just start flying out of nowhere and all that. I'm also hearing a moth to a flame. So this person felt inexplicably drawn to you. You know, you were the flame, which is the yellow coming through, and they were the moth, you know. Okay, so I think that's all I'm getting. And there's something about wings. So it could have been Halloween or something, and you were wearing a wing costume, or you were dressing up as a bee. I don't know. I'm also hearing the Bee movie. So that could be important as well. Or maybe the time period. I'm hearing 2007 or 2006. I'm not 100% sure when that movie came out, but it could. I know it was the early 2000s at least. So, what did they think of my group threes the first time they met them? Please, Spirit. What was their first impression of my group threes? Give me something. Give me something. This person could have thought you were very closed off. They wanted you to give them something. We have the cow. Okay. They wanted you to give them something. Interesting. Give you their number, your Instagram, something like that. We have nourishment, abundance, and asking and receiving. That's what I was getting. I was like nature, earthy. They thought you were very abundant. This cow always gives me Queen of Pentacles vibes. Or King of Pentacles, depending on what you resonate as. Very large and in charge. Look, we have the wasp, which is the same as like a bee. Anger, retaliation, and jealousy. And then we have letting go. And we have focus. Wow. Okay, so you got more cards from this deck than the other groups. Let me fix it because there is space to be had. The cow. Maybe bring it forward more. Like that. We have 20 and we have 21. So you could have met this person when you guys were pretty young, is what's immediately coming through as well. Please just fix it, Jesus. Fix it. Because why can't the cards just ever behave, child? So yeah, you guys were very particular about what you were doing when this person first met you, whether it was a first date or whatever. You're like, everything has a place, everything needs to be in its place, that kind of thing. Everyone has a job, everyone has a function, just do what I say. And look at how we have 33 and 44. And these cards all came out in a cluster together. 20, 21, 33, 44. Something about that. Maybe this person was seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities when they met you for the first time. Okay, so what did they think of you the first time they met you? They thought there was something angry about you. You were mad at someone. You was cussing someone out because they weren't doing their job right, kind of thing. Retaliation. You were retaliating at someone who was bothering you. Maybe this person swooped in and saved the day. But you were very focused, honestly. But I do feel like maybe a customer may have gotten you upset and you wanted to retaliate and be upset at them or, you know, rage at them, but you couldn't. And you have to learn to let it go since these two kind of came out together on the same side. Or maybe this person came and saved you from that customer. You know, you couldn't be rude to them, but they could. There's something here about a big butt. I don't know. Because I don't know why I'm looking at the back of the bee and it looks like chunky. Maybe some of you like chunky. You know? Or you have like, you're chunky more at the bottom of your body. Like you have like a lot of hips and thighs and booty, while the top is kind of like, you know, nothing. So it's giving like pear shaped. With the pear shapes, like, you know, small boobs at the top, you know, petite, and then you get to the bottom, it's like, you know, more curvy, you know, the hips, the thighs, the booty, that kind of thing. That's what's coming through for you guys. Maybe this could be at school as well. You were being very productive at school and doing your job, you know. But an ending is giving like breakup for some of you. This person saw you break up with your person. Yeah. You were letting go of something. You were letting go, breaking up, breaking it off. That kind of thing is definitely coming through here. Because we have like the bees in the circle. It's like a full circle moment. So this person was there to experience a full circle moment for you. Or what ended up being a full circle moment for you. It could have been loud as well, because I'm hearing the rushing water from this river. And the river is like kind of like you just let it go, move forward, you know? Yeah, so that makes sense. Go with the flow kind of vibe. That could be your chill vibe. Where maybe they're like, oh, I would have been angry if someone did that to me, but the way you handled yourself kind of, you know, solidified their thoughts of you as someone who's like who was worth getting to know, honestly. But like I said, there's a vibe of you being so focused on your whatever you were doing that you weren't able to be focused on them focusing on you. And look, we have a cow here, and yeah, there's something here about you have like meat on your bones, or they thought you were a piece of meat. Essentially, they wanted to eat up, because they're the carnivore in this instance here, and you're like the cow. And what do we do to cows? Well, I don't know about but people be chopping them up and eating them, child. Okay. Poor bibbers. Or it could have been a burger joint. Okay. And also women who have more meat on their bones are sometimes called cows. It's not an insult from me, it's an insult from other people. But this person thought you would look healthy, well fed. I'm hearing grass fed. Okay, maybe you work at a farm and you were feeding some cows grass, but you know what I mean. I'm hearing that Megan Thee Stallion lyric where she's like, I eat my beans and rice, and that's why she's so thick or whatever. Like, I was listening to the song the other day. I can't remember the song right now, but I'm like, girl, I eat beans and rice and I ain't thick like you, but okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, there could be something here about you, like you're just looking well fed. Like I said, a nice booty, like you have meat in all the right places, essentially. Or all the right places where this person likes to go. Look at the back of the booty of this wasp. Look how big it is. And then we see the booty, and then we see the booty here. So there's something about that, the booty. This person's very fixated on the butt. And I'm hearing that Cardi B song, you could tell from the front, I got ass behind me. So you could tell from the front, yeah, that you have like meat on your bones. So now I'm going to get into the tarot cards to see what else is coming through. But it's kind of like with this focus, it could have been you guys were outside doing something with all that grass and nature energy trying to come through. You were outside doing something. I'm hearing hunting. This person could have been on the hunt, on the prowl. This person's like giving very, like, I don't want to say predatorial, but it's like that. And I don't know if it's in a good way or a bad way yet, where they're looking at you as they're the carnivore and you're the juicy cow they want to eat up. That kind of thing where they're hunting you in the forest and tracking you with their eyes. That could be a thing coming through as well. So it's kind of like this person was like very much honed in on you and everything you were doing, which is why their focus was so intense, while your focus was definitely on something you were doing. So I'm also getting the visual of someone studying in the library at school, and the guy is just watching her while she's so intent upon what she's doing. This person loves how you're able to focus your energy on one thing. And this reminded me of when I used to babysit or tutor upstairs in my building, how the lady used to say, girl, you really be getting into the show. And I'm like, yeah, why else would I watch the show? Like, I hate people who can't, well, not hate, it's a strong word, but it annoys me when you're trying to watch the show and someone's on their phone or talking or can't sit down and immerse themselves in the show. Like, why else watch TV if you're not going to watch TV, you know? I don't need you being on your phone, I don't need you texting, I don't need you talking. Like, no, put everything away and fully immerse yourself in the television show. That's what we're there for, to act like we're there, to get lost, you know what I mean? And that's what this person's doing, whether you were reading a book in a library, in a coffee shop, whichever instance you want to take. They're just like, I love how this person's so immersed and focused on what they're doing. They're so productive, they're doing their work, they're doing their homework, they're reading, they're smart. That kind of thing is what's coming through. So another spin on what I was saying earlier. But yeah, the cow definitely gives me Queen of Pentacles vibes. So we have asking and receiving, and I love how I was talking about you working at a, look, we have somebody here asking for something at a shop. So you could work at a spirituality shop, you could work at a fast food joint, you could work at a the library. That kind of vibe is coming through as well. And this person was asking you for a book recommendation because you were supposed to be working, but you were also reading a book, which, you know, librarians do. But you can still come and ask them a question, but you were fully immersed in your book. They love that version of you, how you could be so intent upon someone and put your complete focus on one thing, and this person like wanted to be on the opposite end of that focus. If those kids outside don't shut the fuck up. Yo, summertime is annoying for the heat and then the kids that be at home and people calling the phone. Guys, I'll be right back. So yeah, you guys were behind the counter and you were asking them something, and they loved how you were so knowledgeable about what they were asking you. So it could be one specific topic. It could be spirituality that you're knowledgeable about, and that's what this person was asking you about. I know you see, I told you it was noisy because now all these sounds and interruptions start happening. This person could have been interrupted every time they tried to talk to you, or you were interrupted when they were trying to talk to you. That's coming through as well. And someone's about to come into the door, so if you hear that, sorry about that as well. And then we have the Lovers. When I tell you guys, this card has come through for every single group so far. So maybe we have someone from group 1 or group 2, or they're watching all groups, because what the heck? And we have 5 and 6 consecutive numbers, 20, 21, 33, 44, something about that. I don't know what that could mean yet. We'll see if it comes through. But the 10 of Pentacles, having it all looks different to everyone. So you are like a full package to this person. The homely kind of thing, you know? Like I said, people say the cow as an insult, but it doesn't have to be an insult. It could be just something about you looking like you're very homely, very comfortable, that kind of thing. Hips, thighs, they want to hold on to you. You know, you're very plush, is what I'm hearing. Okay, period. This person loves how you, like I said, focus so intently on people, or how you were so focused intently on them. Will you or won't you? The choice is yours. So there's a vibe here about making a decision, and maybe choosing if they want to come and say something to you, they want to talk to you, that kind of thing. Maybe you were comforting someone and you were so focused on this person so they could watch you. That's coming through as well. Like I said, there's something about you having a well of knowledge about a subject that someone was asking you about, or they were asking you about, and they were impressed that you knew so much. Put this back. Or maybe you were by yourself and you looked lonely. That could be coming through again, because that ending was coming through as well. We have the 7 of Cups. Not every great option you're given will be a great option for you. This card did kind of want to come out in reverse. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in reverse or not. I put it up right. We'll leave it like that. One more card. What did they think the first time they met my group 3s, please? What did they think the first time they met my group 3s? Okay, Magician. So there's something here about you knowing what you're talking about, you being worldly, you trying to tell them about the flowers, you're giving them options of what to do and what to say, like, you know. And I love, yeah, because it came out after the 7 of Cups. You were giving them options, like, do you want to do this, do you want to do that kind of vibe. It's giving you a very, like I said, easy going, go with the flow, very what's the word I'm looking for? Open to doing new things. If this is like a date, they were asking, so what did you want to do? You're like, we could do this, we could do that. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm flexible. That's the word I was looking for. I'm flexible. I can do this or I could do that. It doesn't really matter. So you've seen this card enough. Let me bring it over to make space for the other cards. And the card that I'm holding in my hand is the 8 of Swords in reverse. So yeah, there's something here about you knowing what you want and this person liking that. You weren't indecisive in the slightest, is what I'm getting. So, 8 of Swords, let me turn it over to see what it says. It says, stop overthinking it and just do it. Yes, there's something here about you not overthinking things, that you being up for anything is also another thing that I can say about you. But it says you have everything you need to do anything you want. That's literally what you guys were coming through as. Someone who's down to do this, someone who's down to do that, someone who wasn't, you know, putting too much thought into something. They was like, you want to do this? Sure. You want to do that? Sure. That's the kind of vibe that's coming through for you guys. But also like very knowledgeable about all sorts of topics. So it's giving experience. You have been here, you've been to this part of the neighborhood, you've been to that part of the neighborhood, and you're asking them, where do you want to go? I've been here, they have good burgers. Where do you want to go? What do you feel in the mood for? We can go here, they have good tacos. We can go there, they have good music. We can go here, they have good vibe, good energy, good atmosphere. That kind of thing is what's like kind of coming through a little bit for you guys. So there's something here about you being maybe optimistic about, even though you were having an ending or a breakup or something, or someone was giving you a hard time, you didn't let it keep you down, which is sometimes part of the 8 of Swords, where you're letting your thoughts get in the way, you're letting little things stress you out for no reason, kind of vibe, letting it steal from you, letting it steal from your joy, and you're not the kind of person who allows that to happen, is, you know, what I'm getting mostly. You don't allow little things to steal from your joy. Even if it's a breakup, even if it's someone saying this, even if it's someone doing that, you're going to keep moving, keep pushing on, you know? Like a river. So the way you're able to let go of things easily and not let it kind of ruin your whole mood is definitely a vibe that's coming through. The Hierophant is tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. Maybe you're a non-traditionalist, okay? Maybe you're someone who's vegan, you don't eat meat, and that's where the cow is kind of coming through. But the asking and receiving, you're very good at doing both. You know, you could do things for yourself, very independent, but you have no problem, you know, taking the backseat and letting someone do things for you. Okay, that could be something they saw, they were observing you as well. Or maybe that's something you allow them to do for you. You allow them to, you gave to them in some capacity, but then you also allow them to give to you. So it's like an equal give and take. With it's also giving me like Six of Pentacles vibes, where you were very generous with your time and energy, which is also making sense for the whole, they were asking you a question, or other people were asking you a question, you were giving them the answer, essentially. Okay, so what else? Interesting. I don't know if you give off black cat energy, maybe. But it didn't deter this person from wanting to talk to you or get to know you at all. It's definitely a vibe that I'm getting. You may give off black cat energy, but they weren't letting it deter them from speaking to you. Yeah, so look, we have having it all looks different to everyone, and now that's what is kind of like coming through or shining at me now, because we have tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. There's something, like I said, non-traditional about you. Maybe you're holding the door open for guys, maybe you're paying for the check, maybe you're doing this, and those little things are what stuck out to them. Okay, so I'm going to get some cards from this deck as well. Is there any other messages coming through? Seven of Cups, not every great option you're given would be a great option for you. You're definitely someone who knows what they want. Even if you're given all these different options, you're still going to be able to make a decision. Like I said, you're not allowing it to confuse you or take away from you. Sometimes you get confused. You take a step back and choose what's best for you in the moment. The Magician, you know, you are someone who's unstoppable as well. Some of you could have colored hair, because I'm getting a lot of colored hair in this group. The other groups were given, like, you know, regular hair colors. Here we have blue, green. That was kind of coming through up here. Here we have red. Okay, we have like a grayish kind of color. So maybe some of you are like older and you're more wise and you've been around the block, so you didn't let little things, you know, to bring you down kind of energy as well. We have like a very much orangey, light orange, ash brown color, you know. Maybe there's something here about cloaks, and there's something here about you wearing green, okay? There's also something here about overalls and a shawl. That's what I call it anyway. I don't know what other people call it, but I call this a shawl. You just put over you. And look at how she's at work and she's like stressed and holding her head. So it could have been something about you being tired from work or just coming from work. And like I said in the beginning of the reading, I started sweating now for this reading. So there could have been something about you being tired and sweaty when they met you, and that was their first impression of you. Melancholic for others of you, stressed out for others of you, you know, upset for others of you. Here we have manifestation, then we have the Magician. I love when things like this happen. There's something like very abundant about you, something that you know how to get what you want. Like I said, if this didn't work out, we're gonna do something else. So this is why you didn't, or this is why you don't like upset or obsess over the small things, because either way it's going to turn out the way it's supposed to. If we go to this shop, it doesn't matter but it's like, what do you want? You know, manifest what you want. Like, hey, I know a few different spots. Do you want a burger? Do you want tacos? Do you want atmosphere? Do you want good music? I know a few spots for each of those things, but you have to tell me what you want first in order for me to give it to you. Manifestation, you have to know exactly clearly what you want, you know, in order to get what you want. So that's what you could have taught this person about, manifestation kind of thing, you know. Or you could have been giving a seminar, you could have been giving a lecture or something about that. Maybe some of you give lectures, you're a life coach, you know, you help people do manifestation courses, you know what I mean? You have a course online as well. Maybe, you know, in public, there's something here about you telling people what to do, or being asked something, you give your honest opinion, and this person could have picked up on it, heard you tell them something. We have Queen, level up. So we have manifestation, level up, which makes sense with the life coach thing. You were at work doing a seminar and this person saw you in the crowd and said, wow. You know what I mean? This person wanted to know about you. You could have been talking about anger. You could have been talking about abundance. You could have been talking about lack energy. You could have been talking about asking and receiving. You were talking about manifestation, how you got where you were, you know, 10 of Pentacles kind of energy. Telling them about how you manifested everything you wanted with this Magician energy. We have grief. Look, we have anger, retaliation, jealousy. We have grief, then we have letting go. You could have been giving a seminar about grief and telling this person how you got over grief, and this other person, you know, heard you saying that. Before you fall, stupid. We have Abalnimba, harvest. Yeah, all these like manifestation and harvest give the same vibes. So this person thought you were very fruitful, fertile, fun, go with the flow. Even when it's raining, she's making the best of the rain and dancing. Yeah, so you're definitely someone who's optimistic, or you err on the side of optimism, not, you know, caution or pessimism. So even though it's raining, you know, dance in the rain. You know, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade, add some sugar to that, and turn it into a nice beverage. You know what I mean? If you're going through grief, think about only the good times, or let yourself grieve. Don't try to, you know, run away from the feelings. The only way you're going to get able to, you know, get through the pain is to feel the pain. Like you were like dropping bombs of wisdom kind of thing, you know? So level up came through in group 2, and so did grief in a kind of way. So some of you could have been called to group 2. Did another card fall? What? And I would have completely missed it. What is this? Wounded healer. Absolutely. That's kind of the vibe that this is kind of coming through as, though. We have anger, retaliation, jealousy, letting go. There's something that was heard about you, forlorn, sad, okay? And like I said here with the whole, you know, a little bit sad. Then there's also something that was like a healer about you. You were telling other people how to heal through how you healed your wounds kind of things. I don't know what could have been happening or what you were doing, but like I said, a few of those instances, you could have been giving you could have been having a conversation with someone. You could have been at work, and your work is, you know, speaking about your spirituality and your healing and leveling up, that kind of thing. A speaker, motivational, telling people how you got your money kind of vibe. Or you were just like focusing on doing your work, and you were reading a book about grief and healing. You know, you were reading a book about anger, retaliation, and jealousy, or, you know, maybe you're the art of war or something like that. You know, that kind of thing is coming through. And what they say is this is like a, what do they say this was? I read this for group 2. This is like the culmination of the energy of the people of Yoruba, I believe it is, or Ghana or something. So it's like you hold people's lives force within you, your life force glows from within kind of thing, you know? Even though, like I said, you were sweaty, tired, wounded, hurting, cussing at somebody, or crying, breaking up with someone, letting something go, they could tell that, you know, you have this pureness of energy, pureness of spirit, that kind of that thing, something like that. And this is giving me that, I don't know why, I just looked and it reminded me of those cats from that show. There used to be like a show on PBS Kids or something like that, where there was like a bunch of Siamese cats, and they all had like different talismans, and that's what these cats here reminding me of. So you could have been walking your cats, you could have been on your front porch with your cats, you know? Like I said, it's going to be different for everyone, because we have people watching from all different parts of the world who do all different kinds of things. So only take what resonates for you. And then here we have a cat, feline-esque woman. Okay, segment. She's feline, and we have cats coming through again. So their first impression of you, like I said, you could have been like a cat a little bit, where it takes some time for you to open up to people. Well, we have 29, 39, and then we have 9, okay? So there's something important about 9. I'm hearing 9 o'clock at night, or 9 in the morning. Take it if it resonates. So what else? Coral. There was a warmth and acceptance. See, I don't know what that could mean, though. So I'm just like, this is a first impression. And you could have been having a conversation about grief. Like I said, you could have been telling them how you got over grief. You could have been telling them about what happened in your life, that kind of vibe. And they're just like, they're just a warmth and acceptance to you. They could have been telling you about what happened in their life, and you were telling them, giving them good advice, you know. It didn't even have to be you telling someone else. You could have been telling them, you know, once the conversation started going. if this was a date or something, you know. And positivity, individuality, they've never met anyone like you before. There's something very individualistic about you, and they're just like, oh yeah, I gotta keep this one close, you know. The next card we had is magenta, and this is giving me the little cute puppy friend of Blues in Blue's Clues. The friend was named Magenta and looked very pink and like very happy, where Blue was very you know, not like a little doofy and goofy, you know. Blue we had to help her all the time, and her little friend Magenta came over, and Magenta was like, I feel like more smart, you know, more worldly than her, and just more vibrant, happy, and chipper, I would say. And that's kind of what you're coming through as your first impression. They were Blue and you were Magenta, even though I don't think they ever had any romantic affiliation with. I always thought they did. I'm like, Blue is a boy, right? And Magenta is a girl. That's Blue's girlfriend. It could still be, you know. In today's society, everyone, love is love, one, you know, one love. But when I was little, I always thought Blue was a boy. I'm not even gonna lie, and I thought Magenta was his girlfriend. So makes sense. You're the blue, you're the magenta to their blue. But we have kindness coming through again. Your character definitely shown through. Your change and harmony. So yeah, you had to have been talking about change. This is the first impression. You were telling them about anger, retaliation, jealousy, maybe jealousy issues that was coming through, like very I don't want to say niche, but very, like, you know, topics that most people won't talk about. You were being very real about them, very open, very vulnerable about those people. You were very focused on this person. You were coming off as very feline-esque, you know. And in ancient Egypt, cats were worshipped like gods, I believe. I've heard that somewhere. And they were buried with their owners, hoping that the cats would go to them in the afterlife, kind of vibe. So very highly revered, if not worshipped, okay? Sorry, we see them in a lot of the writings and drawings of the Egyptian people. So it's kind of like, and then cats like are told to have 9 lives. So maybe you told someone about all the times you had near-death experiences, you know, that kind of thing could be coming through as well. But we have harmony. You guys just got along together really well. Even though you were talking about not so happy topics, you guys got together really well. They loved how you made lemons out of lemonade, how you were dancing in the rain. You could tell them how you love rain. You could be a pluviophile. I'm saying I love rain, and you just dance in the rain instead of when life is raining down on you just dance instead of cry. You know, like I said, the 8 of Swords, when things are going wrong, you don't wallow in the energy. You move up. You rise up. Level up. Period. Okay. What was this person's first impression of you? What did they think the first time they met you? How you were a wounded healer, exactly. How you could have told them a lot of different things about how things didn't break you, how you helped others get through this, you know, kind of vibe. If there's someone who's spiritual as well, they're just like, yeah, this person's really strong. They've been through so much. They're still trying to help me heal. They're still trying to help me in some kind of way, you know. So like I said, very kind and warm. Exactly. So we have bronze, strength, support. We have kindness. We have warmth. We have acceptance. This person felt fully accepted by you. They didn't feel shunned or shamed. And it depends what they were telling you. Like I said, they could have been telling you about very harsh times in their life, okay, and you were there supporting them and giving them warmth instead of judging them. I was just making sure we're still recording. But we have loyalty and we have stability. That's that grounded energy that was coming, that I was picking up on earlier. These are too many. How many are these? Are we still going to be even? Yes. Okay, I'll take them. And at the bottom of the deck, we have pink, compassion, love, femininity, and playfulness. There could have been some playfulness. Just I'm getting that from her. She's dancing with her drums and having a good old time. Okay, so we have purity, white. Wow. Purity, innocence, cleanliness, and perfection. Perfection. This person thought you were perfect. They thought you were, I'm hearing cleanliness is close to godliness, okay? So you could have come looking very clean, very well put together. We have you were pure, you were innocent, you were clean, and you were perfect. Oh, stop. And you were also kind, you were warm. You made them feel seen, made them feel heard, made them feel supported. The next card we have is lavender, very baby. Like you're giving baby girl, baby boy. Not even baby boy, because these days, these youngins give baby girl to guys now. You know, I just saw something about Damon Salvatore from, what's it called? Vampire Diaries, this baby girl. How, you know, like, oh, like you're giving baby girl, baby boy. That's what you're giving here. Like that purity, innocence, cleanliness, and all these colors, like very, you know, babies, like, you know, happy, vibrant, childlike, you know, kind of vibe. That could be what's coming through for you. But we have femininity, tranquility, religion, and springtime. So springtime could have been a thing. when you met this person, and that's some confirmation for you guys, but a lot about feeling safety in your arms, whether they were talking about hard things or talking about easy things, flowy things. Like I said, you're just a go with the flow kind of person. You didn't let anything upset you. You didn't let anything deter you, turn you off, that kind of vibe. You were very open with them. This last card we have here is, ooh, and then we have red passion. Go off. We have passion, energy, action, and strength. Like I said, very focused on what you were doing. So you were doing something. You could have had an active date if this was a date, or you could have been doing something where you were just moving around. Like I said, being very fast, talking fast, you know, talking about yourself. Can't stay still. Maybe some of you have ADHD, but you hide it very well. This is like gonna be very interesting. I'm hearing patriotic, so some of you can be patriotic. I don't know about this red, white. It's not blue, but it's giving me that kind of vibe. Maybe somebody's flag. I don't know a lot of the flags out there, but maybe somebody's flag is red, white, and brown. I don't know. You look good in brown. You were wearing red. You were wearing white. You were wearing lavender, magenta, or coral. I didn't do that for group 1 or 2, but you could have been wearing these colors as well for extra confirmation, or they could have been wearing these colors. Look at how we have this intense orange there, like something about sacral chakra energy. You were having a good time. You were dancing. It could have been raining and you guys were dancing in the rain the first time you met them, or you guys could have met when it was raining outside as well. But there's something here about not twilight, right before the sun sets, where the light is like, yeah, this orange color. I was being called to it for a reason, because here we have this sunset right here, right, where the sun is going down. You could tell it because it's orange behind, and you were just dancing, having a great time. In the harvest, we have springtime, but it could have also been fall when you met this person as well. And this person was seeing you like dance, or seeing you glow or shine in the light before it's the sunset. Or maybe even the sunrise. But look at how we have lush greenery all around her. She's still looking very beautiful and regal, even though it's grief. It's the sound of grief. You could have been crying on their shoulder the first time you met them. Let me put this back. It's like very sweet, very kind, baby girl kind of energy. You met this person, you were telling them about your life, telling them about yourself, and this person was so focused on you, you were so focused on them, that this lovers always like kind of gives me as well, like in your own little world kind of energy, where it was just you and them, and you weren't worried about anyone else but you. This person could have thought you were a level up from their last partner, is what I'm hearing as well. If this is a romantic connection, they thought you were like, yeah, I had a partner before, but this person's like, yeah. I'm watching Love is Blind UK with my friend, and it's always like, what I love in that show is that the men are always like very honest about, oh yeah, I'm punching, or they're like a cute little joke that one of the characters gave. And I was thinking about him earlier because I was like ADHD, and I'm like, you could like hide it very well, because he was talking about that with his partner, saying, I don't usually tell people, they don't really notice, so I'm glad, like, I know you really know me because you notice the small things that other people don't. That could be coming through as well, which is why I felt called to say it. But I'm like, people get upset sometimes when I go off on little stories, but I said it anyway. He has ADHD, and he's like, his last partner didn't know, and he told her like a year in, how are you living with someone for a year and in a relationship with them for a year, and you don't know they have ADHD? Like, there's something. But she's like, I pick up on the little things that you do, and you like to pace, or it's hard for you to do something, and it's like, oh, because I have ADHD, I don't really tell anyone that. And it was like a really cute little moment where he felt seen, he was blushing, and she was like, I wouldn't change you for the world, I love you exactly as you are. And it was just so cute. But anyway, in the show, the guys always say, yeah, I'm punching, and which means they're punching above their weight, which means the girls, you know, look better than them, which is what a lot of the guys on the season have been saying. I'm like, we don't see this on Love is Blind US. The men want to be thinking they hot stuff, but Americans piss me off. Maybe you're dealing with someone who doesn't live in America, okay, and they live somewhere else. They're very more open with compliments and open in general, because Americans think they hot shit, and they're really not. Coming from an American, shoot. Like, the men never said, oh, you're out of my league. It never heard it, but you hear it every other second in the UK. Like, oh, I'm punching. Like I said, the joke that Ollie, the guy that I was talking about with ADHD, made, he was like, oh, have you been in the gym boxing lately? You've been picking up boxing again? Because they were all meeting each other after seeing people in person, you know? Because the thing of the show is you date everyone, but you only connect with certain people. So at the honeymoon, when the people have made their decision to choose who they're going to marry, they all meet on vacation. And Ollie came up to one of the guys, I think his name was, I forget. He's like, oh, you've been boxing lately? You've been picking up boxing again? He's like, no. He's like, oh, because you're punching. And then everybody laughed because it's like a cute little joke, like, you're punching above your weight. So essentially, when he saw the girl he was with, oh, the girl looks way better than you. But he's like, it made a little joke, you know? So that could be a thing here. This person thinks they're, you know, out of your league. I mean, they're out of your league. I mean, you're out of their league. No, this person is trying to play you for jokes. Like, I keep saying, I'm trying to say you're out of their league, but I kept saying you're out of their, I mean, they're out of your league. They're out of your league. So there could be something about that coming through here where it's like you're a level up from your last partner, you know? In energy, looks, whatever it wants to be. Okay, so I don't know what time I'm at now. What time are we at? Okay, I'm gonna end the reading because it's about, we're at 49 minutes. I'm just talking now, just chatting, just hanging, chilling. This person feels very comfortable around you. We're just chatting, chilling, you know? I'm like telling you about the shows I'm watching. Like I said, the people that are watching could be like friends of mine, people that I know. Because I'm like, I feel very comfortable, or that's just the vibe of the connection you guys have with this person the first time they met you. Like, just opening up, spilling secrets, which would make sense with grief coming through. Y'all was crying. Y'all was talking about anger, retaliation, and jealousy in past partners. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. But you, like, accepted them the way Ollie told her. And she was like, I wouldn't have you any other way. You're perfect. I don't change. I wouldn't change you for the world. That kind of thing. Just sweet. And it's like a flow of passion energy flowing through as well. You say what you're going to say. I mean, you say what you want to say. I'm hearing a song. Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. Brave is coming through. But there was also another song. You do what you say you're going to do. And it's like, if you say... Oh, I missed the song. That's crazy. I can't hear it now. Wow. Passion, energy, action, strength. You say, if you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. That song, I'm like, oh no. What song is that? I think that's a song by, what's his name? Lupe Fiasco. That song is coming through. I forget the name of the actual song. Is it if you are what you say you are, a superstar and have no fear? I don't know. Y'all probably know. It's like an old song. It's not anything new. But anyway, let me stop before I keep chatting. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you watch this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Bye.